A big pro-am tournament, 8 amateur fights, and then we get down to the nitty-gritty of professional boxing with our main event, the Maori Warrior, 10 minutes from New Zealand against Nick the Terror Tetoris. Our main event, 8 rounds of international junior middleweight boxing. Here we get underway on behalf of Peter Maniatis Team Promotions. Howard Lee is my name, boxing is the business.
Mayday, testing.
We're in the heartland of Bob Rose country, the Bob Rose Cup. Tonight we pay an honour to great Collingwood legend Bob Rose, who died on Monday. Today, a great memorial service in the Melbourne Town Hall. Boxing was represented by Mr. Brian Young, and then later at McHale Stadium. McHale Stadium, only 3 Nathan Buckley drop punt kicks from the Collingwood City Hall here tonight. It's the 11th of July, 2003. You've got the best ringside seats in the house. Your ringside physician, Dr. Peter Lewis, Dr. Norman Law, Dr. Cassandra Falzon. Your matchmakers, Ben, Cos, Sam Teambrizzy. David Membry will toll the bell as we get underway with our first bout of the evening. Thank you, David. Well done, it's in the middleweight division, 75 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome in the red corner, with Lawrence Schott joining Long John McCubbin, wearing lurid red trunks, Northside Boxing Club, just up the road in Preston. He's had 1 amateur contest. Would you welcome Sam Demira? Sam Demira. Across the red in the blue corner, part of Team Slater, with Brian Slater standing inside the ropes. Outside the ropes with Jim Slater at ringside. Team Slater, ladies and gentlemen, wearing black trunks with gold piping Tigers colours. When you welcome Paul Campbell, Rogan Boxing Club. Here we go. Welcome on.
Well, here we are here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at the Collingwood Town Hall for Maniatis Promotions. Big return to Collingwood Town Hall here tonight. Stephen J. Peake here at ringside with Robert Cameron to my right. Good to see you, Robert.
Good evening, Stephen, and as always, how do you do, ladies and gentlemen?
And this should be an excellent start to proceedings here in Ahmedabad here from the red corner. The boy from the red, Paul Campbell, now hammering away. You know, that's Paul Campbell from the blue Campbell, and Robert, you're right, from the red corner is Sam Demira.
Demira's going right into it.
Yes, you're mucking around, Demira, at this point in time.
Let a sharp combination go within seconds of the bell.
Well, he certainly did. And then, thumping away there with a swinging left hand to the shoulder region. The boy in the black trunks, Campbell, they're readjusting their head guard here in amateur contest, so they wear the head protection. Now, Robert, gee whiz, Demira again flying.
Right there to the head of Campbell.
Into Demira. And the boys then grappling again there. The referee resplendently attired, ready for Lorne Bowles game, the boy there.
That's referee Ray Evans.
Ray Evans, is it? Yeah, a very good man, Ray.
Very well-known amateur referee.
It certainly is. I've heard a lot about Ray. Now, at the moment there, Demira caught towards the neutral corner there by Campbell. And Campbell readjusts. Demira comes in. Oh, nice uppercut from Campbell at that point in time, Robert.
Oh, a lovely left jab from Demira, though. Stunned Campbell.
The boys getting themselves into a little bit of a tangle there, but they've rearranged themselves over the top there, Demira. Oh, slapping left from Campbell was a beauty.
Right from Campbell.
And Demira comes back. Middleweight contest.
Very enthusiastic, Steve.
Middleweight contest, I believe, Robert. This Ahmedabad, the first bout of the night. And both corners are being fairly active. And now the boys, the pace slows a little after that onslaught at the start. And as we see, Campbell now trying to work underneath into Demira. Demira swings a very wide right hand, which missed to nearly grazed the jaw of Demira, of this Campbell.
There that stunned Demira. Another right from Campbell that also stunned Demira.
Interesting first round, Robert. There goes the bell. Robert? Well, you've caught me on the hop. I haven't even had a chance to regain my thoughts there, Robert, but fairly even first round. Demira started hard, but Campbell came back with some nice shots later on in the round. Fairly even first round, and I'd be loath to split them at this point in time, Robert.
We've You're not afraid to when you have to, Stephen.
Certainly not. Just having got some of the patrons we have here tonight, Robert. Sorry, I was distracted somewhat then.
The patrons or the waitress?
Sorry about that. But, this will be an enormous night. Howard Lee is the ring announcer, as we know.
Resplendently attired in a black and white bow tie.
Thank you. Great fight man from Australia. Way back, the very big Daryl Timms.
And Daryl Timms here. Is that the Herald Sun journalist? It may well be.
Indeed it is. Round two, Stephen.
Yes, fairly even first round, that one, and we'll call it. I'll call it even. They started on time here tonight, or just a fraction over the 7:30 mark here at Collingwood Town Hall, 11th of July 2003. Maniatis Promotions.
Peter Maniatis and Maniatis Promotions knows how to organise a boxing night.
Well, that's correct, Robert. And Campbell's played right, but De Niro comes back hard, working away at Campbell. Again, catching most of it on the head guard round the ear hole. And Campbell again underneath, trying to work away at the stomach region there, Robert.
Yes, that's right. Campbell's looking for that opening, but really De Niro thus far has managed to contain him with any of those outbursts.
But
De Niro got through the protection and hit Campbell on the button.
And
Campbell's having a bit of trouble with his helmet there. It seems to be getting in the way. I've noticed him a few times flick it to sort of get it set right.
Well, there he touched it again then. It's always going to happen. And the other boy, De Niro's got his tape. Oh! Left hand there caught the
cracking left
top of the helmet of Campbell there. He's starting to flay, Campbell.
He is.
Getting a little bit undisciplined there. De Niro's working away at him very hard.
Campbell came back with a nice right then.
I don't know about coming back, Rob. He did throw a punch, but you've got to be careful. I suppose sometimes when we say coming back, he was sort of caught. He got a punch in, but De Niro was all over him like a rash there for about 15 seconds, wasn't he?
It was a nice right from Campbell there.
I just thought I'd clarify that issue for a minute.
Yes, you did clarify. Elegantly as always, Stephen. Quite, I think, it's gone down a notch in pace, Stephen. The more measured in the punches, they're sizing one another up a little bit.
I'd say both boys are also getting a little bit sloppy, Robert. Although
probably a little tired.
De Niro's trying to outbody Campbell more than anything else and then throw the punches. Got a good style. He keeps his jabs in a 90-degree straight line, if I can use that terminology. Straight back to the jaw and follows straight through.
Helmet again. It's not fitted at all well, Campbell's helmet.
Well, he's got to rectify that without a shadow of a doubt. But I'm very impressed with De Niro's jabs, actually, because he punches, as you meant, doesn't drop his hands when he throws a jab. With a jab, it's important always to punch and bring your fist back to your shoulders, Rob.
Well, that's right. Of course, you're able to comment on that from your vast expertise as an amateur and professional boxer, Steve.
Well, no. Well, that's for the listeners out of there. Robert's being a little bit facetious because I haven't had any fights, but what I have done is learn from in my training regime at Pump Gymnasium with Rain Mako. Rain Mako training boxing down at Pump, and if there's one rule we follow, when you jab, you take that arm straight back to the shoulder, Robert.
Very good, Stephen. Well, of course, I always work out at two gyms now. Jim's Gym at Grovedale with Jim Cheetahs and Bell Street Fitness. Tony Lanciano out there for all your training needs. Our Coburg viewers would be well advised to go into Tony.
No, they certainly would, no doubt about that. And here we go for round three. Pretty even fight. Maybe De Niro got the upper hand in that second round, I'd say. And De Niro. He's working hard.
He is going in for the kill.
He is working away at Campbell very impressively. And that headgear, I tell you, it is... I don't know how they do it because it is uncomfortable. I've had it on. I don't like it.
Well, I've noticed that
again...
helmet is twisting around. He has to adjust it all the time.
And you see the boy De Niro's taped his helmet on.
Tape. That's the way I used to do it when I boxed as an amateur, Stephen. I always used gaffer's tape.
Yes,
or some other kind of PVC tape.
Isn't that electricity tape, isn't it?
Yes. No, it's gaffer's.
Oh, Campbell. Big right hand on De Niro. Beautiful punches there from Campbell. Found the mark as he works away at...
in fact, I think he might have
De Niro?
bloodied De Niro's nostril there. I can see some blood coming.
Oh, yes, Robert. No doubt about that. He has raised some blood, but that won't cause De Niro to take a backward step.
Well, it certainly made him a little more wary of Campbell. You can see him eyeing him off.
Yeah,
Look
but
at the look in the eye. Look at De Niro's eye, Steve.
Yes, yeah, very much on the ball there, watching
A man on a mission.
Yeah, ready to strike like the proverbial cobra. And how,
School, it was a cobra, Steve.
I went to a different school, Robert, but don't worry about that. Campbell's working it underneath, and De Niro is trying to grapple now and hang on. Maybe a little bit tired, perhaps, from that
De Niro's a bit mad
entourage.
too. I think he's very upset with what he is. Lapse of judgment there that'll that blow to get through.
Yeah, he may be.
You can sense that he's very upset.
He could be a little bit upset, but that's part and parcel of the game. Oh, and the referee having a word to De Niro there.
Warning him.
And that, don't know what that was for, rushing perhaps. Oh, De Niro now. Another flay of punches there. Oh, and there goes the bell, 3 rounds.
How did you score that round, Stephen?
I'm just working out my card, Robert, as we speak. Oh, look, it's going to be very close, but you'd...
Legendary prime memory stepping up. We wait the decision from our judges, Jordan Knuckle, Nick Savage, Mr. Colin Alexander. Welcome along to the Bob Rose Memorial Cup, the inaugural Bob Rose Memorial Cup Tribute Night in the heartland of Magpie Territory. Tonight.
Yes, Robert, just before the... I'll let Howard Lee take over.
Split decision, Stephen.
The winner, blue corner.
Oh, a controversial finding by the judges.
Brian Membry there handing out the trophies.
One of the greats, all-time greats, Brian Membry.
He certainly is.
Okay, Alcon taking all the action shots. Have a big round of applause here for Paul Campbell, Sam De Niro, centering.
You don't trust people.
No way.
Well, Stephen, what did you think of that result?
Well, look, I thought perhaps De Niro may have just got the better of Campbell there, but that's as it was a split decision. But we'll go to Howard Lee again. As it turned out, a split decision, and it was a very close fight. No doubt about that, but good to see the amateurs here on a night. Pro-Am boxing here for, I think, the first time in the history of boxing in the state of Victoria. Amateur fights on the same night as professional fights. A big development in boxing history in this state. And it's really fantastic to see here on this Bob Rose Memorial Night the former champion Collingwood captain and 4 times Copeland Best and Fairest winner, played 152 games for Collingwood. And,
From Alabama, Virginia. Please go to the dressing room and see Ben Frisbee. Barry. Okay, we welcome Dr. Purley to join Dr. Peter Lewis at ringside. Dr. Purley. Okay, bout number 2, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, the crowd continues to roll in. This is the biggest crowd at Collingwood in 25 years. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Thousands are streaming in through the doors. Okay, as we pay tribute to the late Bob Rose, we're coming up to a middleweight contest. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first in the blue corner, trained by his father, former champion boxer Len Mitchell. 17 years of age, he has a perfect record. 3 bouts, 3 wins. Wearing Zag Judah type trunks of blue with white frills, would you welcome Jade Mitchell. Jade Mitchell in the blue corner. And across the ring, he was a silver medalist at the Australian National Championships in Hobart. This year, 856 wins. Narry Warren with Harold in the corner, wearing white with a touch of black. Why not? Collingwood Magpies colours, Sean McCardle. 3 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Ray Adams, your referee. Judges, Nick Stebbins, Jordan Dankoff, and Con Alexander. Damien Limbury tolling the bell. Here we go. Let's get it on. Round 1.
Bounce for us, Stu.
I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far, Robert. Very impressed.
I like Mitchell's rather exotic trunks. I think he's been influenced by one of your former charges, Stephen.
Yes, Karim Nasser used to wear very exotic trunks, and they're tasselled trunks of the royal blue variety with the white tassels.
Oh,
the other boy, McCardle, has the traditional
Collingwood
black and white trunks.
Yes. Of course, Karim Nasser borrowed his from Rhonda Birchmore, didn't he, Stephen?
Well, that's what Hank Stanley reckons, but I don't know whether that's right. Then again, Hank would never get that wrong. So Mitchell at the moment throws a nice straight left jab, but he was on the back foot, not much power behind it. And very
an excellent defence, Mitchell. If you look at him, he always makes sure his body isn't exposed. Very impressive for a young amateur, Stephen.
Yes, that's well pointed out, Robert. He is now there in a tangle, doing a little bit of the Watusi there for a minute, but they're back on fighting parlance now. Same referee as before, Ray Evans, I think you named him.
Ray Evans, the referee, yes, he's a very accomplished amateur referee, Stephen.
Yeah, young McCardle's fairly well schooled too there, keeps his fists up.
These lads are very good at scientists. See, look at the way they're thinking. They're really thinking man's boxes, Stephen.
Well,
they
are.
Their defences up. They look for the opening. They test each other out.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with these two already with their demeanour.
Yes, yeah.
I think Ray's telling young Mitchell to watch the forearm there, but I didn't see anything untoward there at all.
I think it's probably a bit overcautious, Stephen.
Yeah, nothing wrong there.
No, bear in mind, they're young lads. Mitchell's only 17 years of age. He's a very young lad. He's got a long way to go in boxing, and already I can see a great future for him.
Yeah, just a young kid, and the young McCarthy, he doesn't look much older than that.
No, certainly not, but exciting prospects, Stephen. You look at the way they're going right on to the business.
Well, they certainly are. Very fit boys too. Oh! McCardle over the top. Just missed Robert with the swinging right hand, I think it was. End of a very even first round.
How did you score that, Stephen?
Oh, look, I gave that fairly even, Robert. It's very hard to split these kids when they're so active.
Oh, yes, I agree. I couldn't agree more, Stephen.
Very hard to split them when they're that young and that active. And Mitchell was throw some nice straight punches, straight jabs that were working away.
You can see Mitchell's pedigree coming out there, the son of Len Mitchell, a well-known boxer, and he's certainly got it very well organised. Round two.
Yep, cornermen have to get out before we can start. Bell went before acceptances there. Here comes Mitchell with a straight left. McCardle came firing straight back with a left hand and tries to lift Mitchell up a bit there.
Mitchell put in a nice right hand there.
He certainly has. Now,
another nice left from Mitchell.
Yeah, McCardle's got a longer reach. He's a taller boy.
Oh, no doubt about that. Definitely has a height and reach advantage in every department. Yes.
Which is always going to be tougher here for the smaller fighter to try and get in underneath and not get hit.
But Mitchell's not being phased. Mitchell's not being phased, Stephen.
Nice straight left. Oh, a nice straight left from Mitchell. That right hand. Gee whiz, that was a swinging right hand if I ever saw one.
Well, you normally swing when you lay a right hand.
Well, I was going to say something else, but I won't say it because I don't want to say it. But anyway, Ray Evans didn't have to say anything.
Well, you're keeping the audience in suspense now.
Oh, no, I am. I'll leave it at that. Now, McCardle now, he's thrown out that left jab again, just misses Mitchell, goes backwards.
Yes, he's been very effective with the left, McCardle. I think that's he's certainly his positive shot. Oh, nice right from
straight left, yeah, from Mitchell was a ripper, Rob, and the right hand. The right cross was a beauty from Mitchell. Couple of beautiful punches there from the young kid.
Brilliantly executed.
Oh,
big he found the opening and he dropped them in.
Clubbing left hand from McCardle, caught Mitchell on the jaw, then was a beauty.
And Mitchell got upset by it. Oh, he has that look in the eyes, Stephen. Ray Evans telling Mitchell to put his dukes up.
A bit of rushing here. McArdle coming in hard into the neutral corner there on young Mitchell, but he manages to get out of that troubled spot. Backs him away, and McArdle, a huge uppercut, just missed from taking Mitchell's head off there, just under the clock.
Oh, it would have had it clean off.
That would have been a beautiful punch. Oh, and McArdle making comment to the referee there about grabbing. Mitchell gets away from the... McArdle now is up the tempo this round, no doubt about that.
He certainly has.
Oh, and a big straight right hand, Rob. That was left hand. Was a beauty. It's a very good round there from those boys. But young McArdle, you'll get the nod from me there.
Yes, I couldn't disagree with you on that, Stephen. I think it was McArdle's round. He demonstrated with that height and weight advantage, or height and reach advantage, I should say, that it is worth something. And he looked for the openings. Some very nice lefts and rights, very effective jabs, and he really stunned Mitchell a little bit.
Yeah, now where McArdle got on top of Mitchell in that round was the fact that he cut Mitchell's corners off everywhere. If Mitchell went to divert, McArdle cut him off, and when McArdle did throw punches, he didn't wander around the ring. He was in a straight line straight after Mitchell again to follow up, and that's what I like to see,
yes.
Whether it be an amateur or professional fighter.
There was a combination. It wasn't, as you say, Stephen, a one-off punch. It was a combination, frequently 2 or 3. Third and final round here, viewers. This is going to be very interesting to see what Jade Mitchell does to overcome the obvious problem he's got now.
Yeah, well, I think McArdle would be just on top now. Let's see, Mitchell charging in. A little bit of a problem here ringside. So the management team
has collapsed on McArdle's trainer.
Oh, gee whiz. And that McArdle now throws the left hand into Mitchell. The right from Mitchell missed. Mitchell's trying to, he knows he might be behind on points. He tried to knock McArdle's block off then with that right hand.
Uppercut, yes.
And as you mentioned, that uppercut just missed its mark. McArdle still looks fairly refreshed here and fairly straight. Oh, the straight right that rocked Mitchell.
2 perfect punches.
And he chases Mitchell into the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. Pursued him in that direction. And clubbed him with the right hand. Evans will have a word. Oh, he didn't like that. And
Evans warned him.
Now, I think it was just a warning. Yeah, it didn't look like a deduction. Whoa. Oh, another clubbing right hand.
Nice left jab there too from McArdle. It stunned Mitchell.
Yeah, that right hand wasn't bad either. That was the clubber. A couple of punches on the... gee whiz, was that on back of the head? I don't know. I'll have a look at the video. But McArdle now bouncing around. Now, Mitchell won't come forward here. He could be a little bit tired or jaded here. Young Mitchell, but I don't know. But McArdle's come firing back into that neutral corner. Robert, do you think Mitchell's tiring?
I think there's no doubt about that. For a young lad, 3 very serious rounds of boxing, quite a call.
Oh, a swinging left hand from McArdle.
I just landed on the helmet, Stephen.
Still a scoring punch, I think, Robert, though. That's the thing, you see. Mitchell needs to up the tempo. He can't seem to do it at the moment with this boy.
McArdle,
with the right hand
McArdle has got himself very well protected, Stephen. You'll see he keeps his gloves always covering himself. Yeah. Mitchell's not able to land a blow that really counts.
That's the end of it.
End of round 3.
Yeah, it's a very good bout. Very impressed there, but I'll stick my neck out and say that young Sean McArdle should get home there on my card. Unofficial, of course, and the amateur judges may view it. Well, how do you know they're going to view it? But do know this.
I've never known you to be wrong with your judging,
well,
Stephen. You're a very
not always
judge of over 40 years experience.
At 40.
Well, but, I understand you've told others that you've been a I've been a boxing fan.
I've been a boxing fan since I could walk and talk, Robert. But now let's get back to McArdle. McArdle, I think, should win that fight because he was more direct. Straight rights were excellent. His jabs are good. He put pressure on Mitchell from the start of the second round and cut off the corners. In the last round we just saw, Mitchell tried to club on several occasions McArdle, but couldn't do the job. A couple of times he missed altogether with an uppercut and with a swinging right hand. So all in all, when you weigh up the the pros and cons, I would expect young McArdle to get the decision.
I agree with you, Stephen. It's rare that I do agree with you, but on this occasion I do. Because I thought that he used...
Okay, we're going to judges' scorecards. We have a split decision. The winner, red corner, Sean McArdle. Frank, thank you. Here, this man here, here, yeah. And Peter McAddis present one of our feature attractions. Interstate International Ladies Amateur Boxing. In a well-matched fight, would you welcome in the red corner from Moama Boxing Club, New South Wales, via Echuca. With Barry Quinlan in the corner, she brings to Melbourne town a perfect record. 6 bouts, 6 wins. Wearing red and white Sydney Swans colours, would you welcome Miss Kim Lord. Kim Lord. And across the ring, a young lady I met in the kickboxing arena. She is an Oceania champion, by day an accountant. By night, she is a boxing champ, with Don Abnett and Bo Gearing in the corner from the federal capital, John Howard country. ACT, would you welcome Miss Karen O'Brien. 3 rounds by 2 minutes for welterweight women in the ring at this time. Light middleweight, welterweights, here we go.
I think so.
Well, Stephen, this demonstrates that boxing is an equal opportunity sport, doesn't it?
It certainly is, and why should it not be? It's fantastic to see the girls fighting here tonight, and
Boy, are
Kim
they
Lawler
going
was
for it.
right into it from the word go in the red and white, the white pipings and the red tunic, boxing attire and the white helmet. Karen O'Brien is from Canberra, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she fought Rain Mako a couple of years ago. I just can't remember
right,
him.
Stephen. Yes, I do remember that.
But
yes.
I'll check that out as I go through the proceedings. Now O'Brien comes in hard, throws a left hand.
Certainly no shrinking violence, Stephen.
No, these girls are well tutored, and can expect here to see a very top quality bout. Karen O'Brien now flying away right and left hands on Lawler. And again, the punches are sort of more tombolish. They're coming down on top of the head or to the side of the head there. Obviously shows a reach advantage.
Very few that have been really effective thus far.
Now, that's right, yeah, because it's always going to be, with Lawler being so well defensively there, so well schooled, O'Brien can see an immediate difficulty in trying to penetrate the glove. So she's bringing her punches down on top of the forehead region and the side of the ears.
Once again, it shows you how good boxing is. Karen O'Brien, an accountant by day and a boxer by night.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely superb, actually.
Have we had any boxing lawyers, Stephen?
Over the years, I think Bone Crusher Smith from America, the heavyweight, was a boxing lawyer. Didn't he get a law degree?
Well, Bernie Barmer, of course.
Yes, a university heavyweight amateur champion and lawyer who's the president of our own Martial Arts and Combat Sports Board.
The late Judge Bland was an intervarsity welterweight for many years.
That's right, and also Judge Winicky, I think, was a boxing champion. He may well have been at the university. There goes Lawler now with the left hand. Came in hard on O'Brien. O'Brien now. She's got a pretty good range of punches. She's got good combinations there with left and right, O'Brien. Doesn't just come in with the one punch and back off. She throws a bundle of punches.
She's certainly got the ability to throw some weight around too.
Punches in bunches, Robert, from O'Brien.
Oh, a nice left from O'Brien.
No, and the bell goes. Interesting first round. Now, if you were scoring that round on the number of punches thrown, and striking the target, you'd probably go with O'Brien. But if you went by the weight of the punch and the quality of the punch...
You mean the effectiveness of it, Stephen?
The effectiveness of it's a good way of summarising those terms, Robert, without a shadow of a doubt. I would say that some judges might say it was a fairly even round, but O'Brien, in my book, took the fight up to Lawler a little bit more, and she threw more leather.
She also have a height and reach advantage too.
Oh, she's definitely got that, and there's no doubt about that. Well, I explained at the start of that round that, but she has got a problem trying to break through the defence of Lawler. That's why she was bringing her punches down onto the head region and ear hole of Lawler. But based on my assessment, I'm giving that round to O'Brien. But the judges may not agree with me.
Oh, I've never known the judges to disagree with you, Steve.
No, well, they did in the first fight.
Oh, Lord came right into it, on the front foot. Very few effective punches, though, Steve, and it was a lot of flaying around.
Yeah, that's what's happening, Rob, because of the well, it's become a little bit of an awkward fight because Lawler is strong defensively and O'Brien wants to attack. So that's what we're seeing here.
Lawler came out and it was on the attack very early in that round. She went straight out.
She went straight at her. Well,
yeah.
she corner may have said she could have been a point down. So she wants to make up that leeway very quickly, and she wants to do it now because we're only into it's a 3-round bout. So they've got to. You haven't got time to muck around or rest on your laurels in a 3-round bout. You've got to be on the attack right from the word go.
Not like an 8-round strategy in professional boxing, Steve.
No, that's right. You might get a chance to get a breather in an 8-rounder. It's more like a middle distance race. But 3 rounds is Carl Lewis sprinting conditions. That's what it is.
Like a 1,200-metre horse, Steve.
Yes, that's correct, Robert. A choisseur.
Both girls impeccably turned out. Their physiques are a testament to them.
Oh!
Right from Lord. Oh, yes. Unusual and a most unorthodox blow.
It was unorthodox. I don't know whether or not she was... I mean, the way that the timing was perfect, but I wonder if that was planned.
I suspect not, but nonetheless, highly unorthodox, Stephen.
Yeah, well, the main thing is, though, out of all of that, Robert, it's a scoring punch, and that's what's going to put her back on the board.
My word, that's what counts, Stephen.
Oh, a bit of wrestling going on here. And Lawler takes O'Brien to canvas, and O'Brien goes to the neutral corner. Evans sends both fighters to the opposing neutral corners to check their gloves and to inform both of them that was a slip.
Yes, obviously, it was a bit like World Championship Wrestling, Steve.
Yeah, well, Lawler took O'Brien to the canvas. Lawler, of course, in the red trunks and white pipings.
Not as many effective punches in this round from either boxer, Stephen.
Been a little bit scrappy, Robert. I do agree with you there. And Lawler then tried to follow through with the straight left, and O'Brien avoided that and then hung on for the bell. So pretty even round that, in fact. But then again, Lawler did come out the stronger fighter at the start of that round.
Well, she came out like a Scud missile. No, in fact, I'd call her something higher, a harpoon missile.
Yes, well, that's right. Although Scud's not such a bad term he's given that Mark Philippoussis did so well at Wimbledon the other night, Robert.
Scud is a bad missile as opposed to a harpoon, which is made by Lockheed Martin in the United States.
I understand that.
Most effective weapon.
No, that's very prominent, Robert.
Scud is highly inaccurate.
Oh, no, but Mark, well, you wouldn't criticise Philippoussis after coming second in Wimbledon, though, and he's nicknamed the Scud, so, you wouldn't take it away from him. So there's no derogatory term in that tonight here, Robert, after Philippoussis' effort at Wimbledon.
Absolutely not, Stephen.
No, it was great to see an Australian at Wimbledon do so well.
Third and final round now. It'll be very interesting to see what both these boxers do. And my tip is they'll really go for it, Stephen.
Australians doing very well around the world.
Oh, yes, they do.
As we speak. And they do come at it quite hard. O'Brien,
Ray Evans warning him about the elbows, particularly O'Brien.
You've got to be careful with that because when you swing a punch, sometimes that forearm can... And they do train, though, in that fashion sometimes. When you're swinging punches, the forearm can easily come into it. And he's sending O'Brien to the neutral corner, having a word to Lawler on this occasion. And he's taken a point off Lawler. A point off Lawler there for indiscretion. Minus a 1-point manoeuvre there.
That could be a very damaging loss for Lord.
That's a very damaging loss. He had another word to her then for some reason that I can't work out. O'Brien... Again now on the back foot a bit now with Lawler coming charging at her. Now that's going to make it very, very difficult for Lawler now because it automatically makes it a 10-9 to O'Brien at -1 unless something catastrophic takes place.
I think that could really make the difference in this fight, yes.
And don't forget, on my card, Lawler was already behind coming into the last round. So
that's right, I do recall your score.
Only by a point though, but it's still a point, and then losing a point doesn't help. So now O'Brien, now
Lawler had a rather high elbow there.
Evans isn't too happy with Lawler. He's sent it to the neutral corner. And he's now rubbed the gloves of O'Brien. Apparently, well, now what was Lawler? Lawler got a bit exasperated there because she knows she's probably... now what was that? A slip? Or what is happening here? He's sending O'Brien to the neutral corner and taking another point off Lawler for that indiscretion. Oh, O'Brien coming in hard. He's not happy here. He's putting a standing 8 count on Lawler now.
Yes.
Well, that's another point normally that you'd be adding on to the scorecard of our fighter here in the blue corner from Canberra, O'Brien. So
fairly exuberant language coming out of one of the competitors too. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, well, I missed that because I was talking, Robert, but no doubt Lawler would be becoming a bit exasperated now. She's doing everything she can to win. And Lawler's not happy again with the Tom Bowler on the back of the head. That's the punch. He doesn't like that. A lot of heavy breathing going on in here too, with both fighters working overtime, trying to gain an advantage here.
Right, trying to be like Mike Tyson with that left and right.
No, now having a word to O'Brien. Gee whiz, they're strict in the amateurs. Don't you worry about that.
In this bout.
And that now Lawler, there's not much he can do here. If she doesn't knock O'Brien out, she's gone. So that was a very interesting fight, a very strictly run bout. And Ray Evans, he laid down the law in that bout. There, a bit of a slip up there. There's a trophy coming into the ring, but I'll have to get the calculator out to work this out now, that's for sure.
How did you score that one, Stephen?
I'm just working it out, Robert, if you can just give me a moment, because we had a standing 8 count. On behalf of O'Brien, don't forget, Robert.
Yes,
we also had 2 points taken off Lawler. So, and then you've got to work out who won the round. So, I would say the round was pretty even. It was pretty scrappy and pretty even. So, therefore, if you go 10 all, and you've got the standing 8 count making it 10-9 and the 2 off, it's a 10-7 round to O'Brien. It has to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the scorecards. Have a round of applause for our ladies. Kimberly Karen O'Brien, equality boxing. The winner by unanimous points comes from the blue corner, Karen O'Brien, Australian Capital Territory.
Good sportsmanship from the ladies.
Excellent, Robert. I believe that... I believe that you'll probably find it round about the 30-27 mark, 30-26, because of the penalties and the standing 8 count. That's probably how it's going to end up for O'Brien there when the judges' cards are looked at.
What is this one?
Four, halfway.
This is the 5th or the 4th?
Fourth. Bout number 4 coming up. Harris, congratulations, Ray, on receiving an honour from Prime Minister John Howard. And also calligraphy is one of Ray's great skills. 5 bouts, 3 wins, wearing trunks of red and white. Would you welcome Daniel Smith from Gippsland. And across the ring, Kel Bryan, 6 fights, 4 wins, wearing blue with white. He's a proud man of Collingwood Boxing Club. Would you welcome Nick Papadimitriou, Collingwood Zone. Ray Adams to give referees instructions. Kel Bryan, Ray Harris working the corners. Bout 4, Boxing Victoria Incorporated. Round 1.
We've got in the blue corner Daniel Smith, and in the red corner Nick Papadimitriou here tonight. So this should be a very interesting fight here. Smith is just throwing that left jab out at the moment. Papadimitriou eyeing him cagily there at the moment, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Robert?
Yes, well, Papadimitriou is very much the local hometown favourite, Collingwood's own, and by Jove, the crowd are right behind him, Stephen. Very cautious. He's looking for the opening, letting Smith do all the walking.
Yep, Smith, from a physique point of view, looks the stronger man, but Papadimitriou is very intense.
Very wiry, Papadimitriou. Look at the study in his eyes.
No smoking inside the town hall. Absolutely breaking the law.
Papadimitriou missing with that left jab. Smith trying to knock the gloves away from Papadimitriou's facial region. That didn't quite work. Smith now moving around again, trying to find a way of getting through Papadimitriou's defences there.
Papadimitriou is being very clever, Stephen, because Smith is covering twice the territory, and that'll have a big effect on his stamina.
Yes.
Particularly for amateurs who don't have that long experience. It can really add up later on in the fight.
Yeah,
when the intensity goes up a ratchet or two.
Yep, no doubt about that.
People are smoking, please, no smoking. You must cut out. If you want to smoke, you must leave Hollywood and go into Holland Street for your cigarette.
Oh, and Smith did get a punch through there. I think it was a straight right.
He found the opening all right. A very effective right, Stephen. Papadimitriou is just sizing this lad up. He's looking for an opportunity. You can just sense it.
Into the first round. I'll tell you this, Robert. In a 3-round fight, if you take a round or longer to size someone up, you're going to be in a bit of trouble because you're going to run out of time at the end of it.
Well, I disagree, Stephen, because the amount of running around that Smith was doing, he's puffing a lot more than Papadimitriou. Papadimitriou is hardly raising a breath. He's going to be able to come out and drop bombs. Smith's puffing and panting more. Papadimitriou is remarkably relaxed in his corner. Nothing's phasing him. Smith's huffing and puffing. You can see the difference. Now, what Papadimitriou is going to do, he's going to unload on this bloke. Mark my words.
Well, Robert, I'll tell you what. Robert, Smith may be huffing and puffing, but he knows that in three minutes, I think it's three 3-minute rounds, 9 minutes worth of boxing. If you've done your training, you'll easily get through it at full bore. So I believe Smith will win this fight because I believe he's the stronger fighter and the stronger and the tougher.
Well, here we go. You've been proven wrong already, Stephen. Papadimitriou just gets right into it.
Smith now looking for an opportunity. Papadimitriou throws a right hand over the top, missed. And now Smith again trying to knock Papadimitriou's left glove away, sorry.
Yeah, from Papadimitriou was well and truly aware of it and onto it.
Here comes Smith now. We tried an uppercut that missed, and the right hand over the top, I think, struck the side of the Papadimitriou's head, I'd say.
A jab from Papadimitriou. Papadimitriou's helmet's causing him some difficulty. Once again, not taped up.
Oh, cracking right hand from Smith. Landed on Papadimitriou. And Papadimitriou tries to come back. He wasn't stunned by it. He moved forward. If he's got problems with that headgear, well, his handlers have got to sort that out at the end of the round.
Well, if I was in his corner, I wouldn't have allowed him to go into the ring without it properly adjusted, Stephen.
Well, perhaps you might like to go down there and help them, Robert, but may not have enough time. They should be able to readjust that without any trouble. Now, you'll notice Smith, of course, has the gaffer tape or similar type of tape, taping his helmet onto the under the chin there, which would stop it from moving. But anyway, at the moment now, Smith got out of trouble there in the neutral corner, didn't get struck.
Oh, Papadimitriou, nice right.
He came over the top with the right, but it hardly touched Smith. Smith came in with the right hand, that missed. Papadimitriou tried an uppercut, which also missed. That missed too, Robert.
I think you must have Vaseline on your glasses, Stephen, every time Papadimitriou does anything.
No, I said no, I did not. I said I'm pretty even.
No, right.
I'm being very even-handed here. Smith at the moment there comes in. They're both grappling here. There's not much being... and Evans nearly got trodden on by Smith coming backwards here. The referee got too close to the fighters. And there goes the bell for a fairly even second round.
Well, you talk, Stephen, about being even-handed. You regularly showed actual bias towards Jim Cheetahs when he was boxing.
No, I didn't, Robert. I never
You were
showed
demonstrably biased towards Jim Cheetahs.
in a Cheetahs
In the
fight.
bout against Dominic Duraco, you never thought he was capable of winning, and of course he won against Duraco very well, and you were very reluctant to admit that, Stephen.
I did tip Duraco in that fight down at, I think, the Ford Arena, wasn't it? Or was it at the...
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox, sorry, at Fort Knox that evening, and Cheetahs was good enough. He won a title for that fight,
The Victorian light heavyweight champion.
title. And good luck to Jimmy, a great fighter and a stalwart of Victorian boxing. But I did tip Duraco before the fight because I thought Duraco might have had a bit more skill than Jim.
No, it was your absolute bias against Cheetahs that encouraged you to do that, Steve.
Proved to be incorrect. Now, I gave that second round even. But I've got Smith a point ahead from his first round effort, so here comes third and final round coming
This
up here.
will be very interesting indeed, Stephen.
Now Smith doesn't look to be, he doesn't look worn out to me. He looks like he's ready for action again, and here we go. Third and final round. Papadimitru throws out the right hand. It went very low and missed. Smith now throwing leather, punches in bunches here. Now Papadimitru's raised the bar. And he's going after Smith here. Will that make a difference?
As I predicted, Stephen, as I predicted.
Hasn't landed a great deal of leather yet to Papadimitru in this round. Then again, neither has Smith so far. Now the boys in the third round. It's the fight slowed up a bit here. Smith now holding Papadimitru at bay. He might think he's got the fight in the bag. He has had to do a great deal, but I wouldn't be overconfident here. You've got to keep going. Smith now warding off Papadimitru, coming in hard. Seemed to throw a left. I think one of Papadimitru's right hands caught the rib cage of Smith, and that was about it. Rest of it got caught in the gloves. And Smith poked the right hand through the defence of Papadimitru as they go back to ring centre. Oh, no, missed again, Papadimitru with the right hand. Missed by a mile.
I think you thought you hesitated, Stephen. You thought he had struck him.
No, not at all. No, missed by
You
about 2
hesitated.
inches. No, not at all. Missed by a couple of inches there. Hit the side of the glove that time, though, with a left hand to Papadimitru, but Smith goes back. Papadimitru's the one who's making the fight.
A nice
this
right
round.
from Papadimitru.
He's making
Smith's
the
rattled.
fight.
Smith's rattled.
No, he's not rattled, but
He's
Papadimitru
rattled.
is making the fight in this
You're
round.
showing your bias again, Stephen.
Not at all, Robert. He's going as I know he's on the backward step at the
Papadimitru
moment,
another
Smith.
right.
But Papadimitru there got a head. Oh, yes.
Bit of a warning from Ray Evans.
It's a warning against Papadimitru there as he comes in again. You think that helmet and the hair are starting to give Papadimitru a lot of trouble.
He has got that unorthodox hairstyle, Steve.
Gee whiz, you think the sport was tough enough without having those impediments. But there goes the bell to a round. Well, I'll tell you what. That's going to be a very hard fight to judge, but Papadimitru made that last round. There weren't many scoring punches. I mean, Smith didn't throw hardly any leather at all, but what Papadimitru threw only landed with about 15% of it, but it might have been enough for him to win that last round. So I've got the fight square. I've got them dead level, and we'll see. Ken James is coming in, and we'll see what happens. We'll go to Howard Lee, and we should have a judge's decision any tick of the clock.
Papadimitru, he has that rather exotic hairstyle. He might need Amanda Buchanan at his corner. She's always very good with Ben Smollen's hairstyle, adjusting it with rubber bands and the like.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the scorecards, a split decision. The winner, blue corner, Daniel Smith. Thank you, Kenny James, chef extraordinaire, singing teacher, actor, good guy, marriage counsellor. Yeah. Good evening to Graham, Tony, Ian, John, Pope, John Paul, Barry, the Century Lakes Fight Crew. Thank you, guys. Vern Stewart, number one. Here we go.
It's off. Rub it off.
Okay.
Any clip on it? No, that's not on, okay?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly international. Give me the bank, thanks, Damien. Okay, 3 rounds in the junior super welterweight division. Would you welcome in the blue corner, originally from Bosnia, now a proud resident of St Albans with his trainer, Miko Kirkic. 2 bouts, 2 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing the colours of his country, would you welcome Iza Spilby. Dobrovic. And across ring, occupying the red corner, Long John McCubbin and his team, Northside Boxing Club. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing the familiar tartan trunks, would you welcome Joel Brown. Bosnia versus Australia.
Well, here we go, round 1 with super welterweight amateur fight here between Isan Spielbic, from originally from Bosnia, now in St Albans, and Joel Brown fighting at the Long John McCubbin camp in Preston.
Joel Brown, of course, from Kilmarnock, Scotland, wearing the Royal Stewart trunks.
He's a member of the clan. And now here comes the Scottish clan, of course.
It's the same tartan worn by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Stephen.
Queen Elizabeth II, is it?
It's Royal Stewart, worn by the royal family.
Well,
He is a regal boxer, Stephen.
And I didn't think Brown was a Scottish name, but perhaps he's got Scottish heritage there.
John Brown Shipyards in Glasgow, Stephen, a well-known Scottish name.
Oh, clubbing right hand from the young kid from St Albans, a beautiful punch. Isan Spielbic, from originally from Bosnia, now fighting him from St Albans.
Now making his home in St Albans, that's right.
In a tangle here at ringside there, and both boys move back to the centre of the ring. The big kid from St Albans there, sort of
Brown
pushing,
has a blood nostril.
Brown backwards there, bleeding from the nostril, Robert Cameron says. I can't see it at the moment, but accept that evidence. Ray Evans, a referee again. He's had a busy night so far in every fight. Oh, and Brown comes in hard on Spielbic there in the far side of the ring with body punches, ripping into the young frame of the St Albans lad.
Of course, Scotland has a rich amateur boxing tradition, Stephen, as you know.
Yes, it does. I do know that. And Ray Evans points that finger again at the young boy from St Albans. He's takes a judgmental role there in the ring as the referee. He's a great referee, this man.
Oh, done a sterling job, Ray Evans, all night. Had absolute authority.
And just a light jab there. Well, now, Spielbic started like a rocket and through leather and had some nice scoring punches there earlier on, but Brown fought back. So you'd probably say a fairly even first round, Robert.
I would indeed, as the brute force hostess comes past us. I'm a bit confused, Stephen. Is that brute force drink or brute force demolition?
That is the well-known drinking substance, brute force, which is being sold here at ringside here tonight, a health product, as opposed to, of course, Rocky Horror's brute force demolition business, which you were referring to. Obviously, both parties not concerned about the use of that trade name.
Round 2, a very interesting opening bout. Once again, these amateurs have put on sterling bouts.
Yeah, I like these two boys. I like both of them. I love the way Brown wants to come front on and come straight in, and I love the way Spielbic bounces around there, and he's so accurate. Oh, trouble in the corner there. What's happened?
He hasn't got his mouth guards.
No mouth guard in the boy from St Albans. Gee whiz. What's going on over there?
That's unacceptable.
Well, that is unacceptable. In
no
fact,
corner man would allow his charge to go out without the mouth guard back in.
Yeah, the kid was ready to fight no matter what. You know, I mean, that's the thing. He's not thinking about that.
It's up to his corner to make sure he gets it.
Well, that was my whole point, Robert. We are at a dim on that issue of the one mind.
I don't believe it. I actually find myself agreeing with you.
Oh, swinging left hand from Brown, just glazed the head guard of Spielbic. Gee, I love the way that boy from Bosnia moves around the ring. He glides around the ring. He's just got that real gliding style, whereas Brown also in his own way, there, a little bit of a shove backwards to let people know who's boss in this ring from the young boy from St Albans.
Brown boxes in the classic Scots style, which is going forward.
Yeah.
Very, very workmanlike.
Oh, and he's flying away at the boy. Brown
Trading blows.
Raining blows on the young boy from St Albans, but he's a super confident kid. He doesn't look affected by that entourage of punches and one iota, Robert.
Hasn't slowed him down at all, Stephen. He's totally unaffected.
Young Brown in the Scottish trunks might need to borrow a couple of ships from that shipping company in Glasgow and throw them at him.
John Brown's who made superb battleships during the war, that's right. John Brown's also made the QE2, Stephen, in 1969.
That's a good piece of history. Also, we're learning here tonight. Now, Spielbitch there just slapped a couple of punches around onto Brown. Brown still pushing Spielbitch forward or moving forward. Oh! Big right hand from Brown, no doubt about that. Spielbitch tried to respond with a cracking right hand which missed. Well, that would have put Brown into the stratosphere if he had hit him with that. What a great rounds boxing. That's the best rounds boxing we've seen here tonight.
No doubt about that.
From
the crowd are on their toes.
Two young fighters very evenly matched, in fantastic condition, and have all the skills, these boys. A fantastic array of skills. I'm very impressed with them. Very impressed with these young boys.
Thought you might have said that about our hostesses from Brute Force, Steve.
Well, it's I have a job here to do here tonight, Robert, and that's to commentate boxing, you know, but the young lasses that are here from Brute Force are doing their job too, and no one would certainly not say that they're very attractive lasses.
How did you score that round, Stephen?
I scored the first round of these two boys even, and that round's a very hard round to score.
Well, did you score it?
I scored another even round, Robert. The counter-punching from Spielbitch is every bit as good as the front-on assault coming from the Brown machine, or the Tartan machine, I should say.
Well, as a member of the Tartan Army, I have to say I've been very impressed with Brown.
Yep, I love his style too. He is a traditional boxing style moving forward, the Les Darcy style nearly. Oh, flying punches from both boys. Gee whiz, that's
swinging
good
at
fighting.
one another with absolute all the force they can muster.
Both these boys showing absolute, very courageous effort. Brave.
Oh, yes.
Very brave boxing from these two lads. I'm enjoying every moment of this. It's the best fight of the night in my book.
Couldn't agree more. Big John McCubbin yelling out there.
Brown again, ways moving forward, and only just clipped Spielbitch. There wasn't much in that. Spielbitch is looking for that big punch that is going to do, wants to do all the damage for him, but he can't land it.
No, he's really been looking to drop that bomb, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Looking for a big right that he can just launch into Brown with.
He's launched it on a few occasions. He did that again, but missed again. Brown is so good defensively. That's why Spielbitch misses.
He is.
Big John McCubbin's yelling at Brown now.
Yelling at Brown to keep his gloves up. He's been concerned that Brown's dropping his gloves a bit and is somewhat exposed.
Yes. Well, oh, sending young Brown to the neutral corner here and sending young Spielbitch to his corner. There's an injury here, or is it the head guard?
His head guard isn't properly adjusted, Stephen.
They would be blocking a sight. Those blocking part of their sight. You just can't have it.
You've got to use gaffer's tape to keep it in place.
Oh, big straight right. You could see that coming. He telegraphed that. And
yes. Too obvious. Too obvious.
That was always going to happen, and Brown didn't really move out of the way of it.
Brown was well and truly ready.
Oh, lovely straight left, landed straight on Brown's nose from Spielbitch as they get into another flurry. Oh, great fight. Absolutely top-notch fight, that. Fantastic.
Great
I'll
fight
stick my
by
neck
them.
out again, Robert, and say that Spielbitch will get the decision here, but not by nothing more than a cat's whisker.
Well, I disagree, Stephen. I believe that Brown, the Scotsman, will win this battle.
Big rangy boy from Bosnia put in a magnificent effort, as did young Brown over here wearing the tartan trunks.
Well, a lad from Kilmarnock.
Big John McCubbin there training him, and both of these boys both deserve a trophy each, I reckon, after that effort.
Couldn't agree more. I hope someone can organise that, Stephen.
Well, you never know, Robert. It could be a draw. It could be a draw.
Well, you've tipped that from time to time, haven't you?
I must admit I have. This could be very close. Wouldn't you love to see a rematch from these two?
Oh, that's essential. I'm sure that Peter Maniatis will organise that. These two exciting young lads.
Unanimous decision. Yes, well, he was a little bit crisper, Robert. That was the reason why he won. He was a fraction crisper with his punches. And
well, Stephen, a lot of the crowd didn't agree with you.
well,
it was a...
the crowd aren't the judges, Robert. And
Well, nor are you.
no, but I did call it. I put my neck out, and I did call Spielbitch as the winner at the end of the bout. I thought his punches were crisper, he was a bit cleaner, and just at that right moment. He got the punches in when they were needed.
Match fight in the light heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first in the blue corner, trained by Kevin Bracken, Kevin Hargraves, from the mighty Port Melbourne Boxing Club. 13 contests, wearing ruffled black trunks like Mike Tyson. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a name. He's not the whiskey man, he's Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker. And across the ring, occupying the red corner, he's driven down the highways and byways from Moema, Echuca, Moema Boxing Club. He has a record of 12 fights, 10 wins, with Barry Quinlan, his mentor, wearing total red. Would you welcome Dylan Goddard? Dylan Goddard. Johnny Walker, light heavyweights, Ray Adams stepping up the plate. Timekeeper of the bell, not Brian, but Damien Membray. The BMW man is tolling the bell. Welcome, Mr. James Ali. James Ali here tonight. Round one. This is the kid I said was pretty good last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Kevin back on the TV ringside, Steve?
Yeah, a stalwart. Nice uppercut from Goddard then. May have only landed on the gloves of Walker. Now tried to throw a low punch and lost balance at the same time. Nearly threw himself out of the ring. Walker is very low. And not much height there. Dylan Goddard has a big height advantage, and therefore the reach more than likely as well. Very correct, Dylan Goddard, the way his stance is portrayed.
He certainly is, Stephen. Fairly scientific. It's
Ray,
studied, isn't it?
Ray Evans there telling Walker to keep his punches up.
You've got to keep your dukes up, that's right.
Well, Walker coming in with a slapping right hand towards the side of Goddard's head. Oh, Goddard starting to work into Walker's body here and the side of the head there. All the hallmarks are now being shown that Goddard seems to be a man of fairly exquisite skill here. Already exerting authority over Walker in this fight, Robert.
He seems to be marginless, Stephen.
Thundering some punches into the midsection of Walker. Walker blinking already from the sheer weight of punches from Goddard.
He's landed a couple of nice.
Oh, he was. Kevin Hargrave will have a bit of talking to do into that corner at this point in time in the blue corner.
Second touch, round 2.
Ray Evans again in command here, doing an excellent job here tonight, Ray Evans, the refereeing. Here comes Goddard, straight forward. Stamps that left foot forward, and that's where he anchors himself. He's got a beautiful style. It's so copybook. A couple of double banging right hands there, which caught Goddard on the side of the head, was scoring punches. Here comes Walker chasing Goddard down to the neutral corner. Goddard now turns him around and unloads with some heavy artillery. Oh, Walker's caught here. Evans might stop this as Goddard, he tries to fight back valiantly, Walker. Oh, great effort from Johnny Walker. As Goddard pins him to the ropes. Oh, and the boys move back. Oh, right hand from Goddard would have rocked that ox. And again, if the boy didn't have the helmet on, the head would be on the rafters. Gee whiz, how does Walker maintain his position there after copping that salvo? Oh, he's as tough as teak. As tough as teak, Johnny Walker.
Goddard unloaded some combinations on it, successions of punches.
I'll tell you what, he might have to have a sip of his namesake at the end of the night.
Well, he richly earned it.
Yes. No doubt about that.
Also distilled.
Oh, sorry, Robert, but that right hand from Walker then was nice. Oh, thumping midsection punch. Oh, Dylan Goddard is working here hard onto Walker. Oh, measured some punches that were solid as a rock. Oh, Goddard bent down. I don't know whether he got hurt then. I'm not too sure, but Walker pushes him back. What a round of boxing. This is the heaviest boxing we've seen all night. Light heavyweight competition here. Second round of it. Gee whiz, the third round will be interesting. Oh, what a great round. That's as hard as you could wish to see. Anyway, gee whiz, that's just heard a football score with the Crows in front of the Bombers, and it's 9 o'clock, so they must be into just about the end of the second quarter or the start of the third. Now, what a great round of boxing. That was a superb round of boxing. Well, both of these boys, you'd have to say, could make it to professional ranks with punching power of that type.
I have no doubt about that, Steve. No doubt.
But I will say this, that in my view, and I don't want to be biased, but Dylan Goddard, by golly, does he pack a wallop.
Oh, my word, I agree. Those were frightening punches. You could hear them.
And he telegraphed them, and even then Walker couldn't move away from them.
Very quick off the mark.
Walker needs to be a bit quicker with the reflexes. When he sees Goddard start to measure him, he's got to move away. Oh, got Walker now flying. But Goddard will bend down and start to weigh in with that big right hand into the midsection. No, he didn't do it that time. They weren't exceedingly hard punches, but they were scoring punches, Rob. Oh, that one was. That was a ripper, that one. That would have hurt. because that caught him on the jaw and there's no protection there.
Square amidships.
And another right hand and an uppercut. That was good work from Walker and a great uppercut back from Goddard. These blokes are solid. Oh, huge uppercut from Goddard. You would have thought, oh, now Walker's trying to force Goddard back into the red corner here.
Wrestling going on there.
But he won't have a bar of it. Used up a bit of energy there, Walker, unnecessarily so. Oh, sort of a half punch to the larynx there. Onto Goddard by Walker, and the boys are tangling in front of us again. Oh, mouthguard's out. And Ray Evans will take it to... Goddard goes to the neutral corner here. Evans points him in that direction as they clean the mouthguard up and put it back into Walker's mouth. Now he's got to wait for the referee to call him as there's a bit of time on him. And here comes Walker coming forward. Goddard not quite as effective in this round as he was in the last round. Walker starting to make the fight in this third round. He'd need to, though.
Yes, he would need to.
Mind you, he would have to.
Yeah, I think some of the audience are a bit sceptical.
Yes. Goddard now.
He keeps his gloves up consistently more. And Goddard tends to drop them a bit.
Yeah, that's a good point, Robert. Was exposed, but Goddard, you know, when you look back on that fight, Goddard put 110% into round two.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
And
Pointing out that Goddard at times.
yeah. Oh, no, different issue. Yeah. What we did see was the fact that Goddard decided the second round was going to be the big round. Put the points on the board then and wait and see whether the Walker was going to come at him hard in the third round. Very good. I don't know. We'll go to Howard Lee. Get the official scores here, but I tip Goddard to win.
Well, we'll see, Steve. It's certainly been the most exciting bout thus far.
Well, sorry, we're going into a fourth round. I apologise for that. I thought that was the end of the stanza, but now let's see what can happen here.
Read your format, Steve.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's I didn't get one actually from the judges, but I'll have to go around and get one later on from the from the board.
Read your format.
Oh, a right hand from Walker. Walker is ploughing in with his head down, throwing punches now. That's a height thing. Oh, and Evans didn't like that. Evans is going to lose his endorsement on his shirt the minute he doesn't watch it. He's blocking our view at the moment, but now Walker's trying to work away at the body and the head of Goddard. Goddard might have to up the tempo a bit here. And a clubbing left hand and a right from Goddard. He's always on the ball, Goddard. Whoa, he hasn't liked the forearm from young Goddard. A clubbing right hand again to the head from Goddard. Walker fights back and he's got Goddard on the ropes. Now Goddard, but he couldn't, Walker couldn't make him pay. Oh, these boys are going at it hard here. He sent Walker to the neutral corner. He's putting a standing 8 count on Goddard. Great effort by Walker. Now, what will Goddard do here? Because he still might just have this fight, but he didn't need that.
That was a strong blow. Kevin Hargraves yelling out at Walker to go for it.
No, this is what Walker's got to do now. He has to keep that going. Oh, he's going to stop it, is he? What's he doing? Another standing 8 count. This is causing, putting a lot of pressure on young Goddard. There's the bell.
How did you score that one, Steve?
I've got them dead square at the end of that, Rob, because the last round I gave had to be a 10-8 for Walker. 2 standing 8 counts.
Definitely Walker's round, that last round, wasn't it?
Well, it had to be because he got 2 standing 8 counts, Robert. It's applied against his opponent, so it's got to be a 10-8 unless something untoward happens, and it's a 10-8. Take into account that Goddard was on top early. To me, it's a dead square situation, but I could be wrong. It'll be very close. This will be a heads breadth. It'll be a point, split decision, you name it. But Walker's come home like a train here. An absolute sudden aurora, but Goddard did all the early work and may have just got home. We'll see what they do, but I'll tip a draw here.
My word, you didn't tip that. Watch it! Hit it! Speech!
How about a big round of applause for Johnny Walker and Dylan Goddard. Certainly in contention for our best fight of the night.
Right, Nick. What was it?
Thank you, Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, unanimous points, blue corner, Johnny Walker.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah. Graham, go across.
Dobbing me in, Howard.
Good on you, Graham. Thank you for supporting boxing. Rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Would you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, occupying the blue corner from Springvale with mentor Wayne Stewart. That's Wayne Stewart, isn't it? What? Wayne Stewart here.
Jason.
Yep. Okay, he's had 6 fights, 3 wins, 3 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Jason Jack Daniels. Jason Daniels. And across the ring, what a decorated international record this young man has with Darryl Ford of the Glenroy Boxing Club in Eddie Maguire territory. He's been to Korea, Japan, France, 2001 Australian representative, 2001 East Asian Games. He's a runner-up at national championships, 2001, 2002. Ladies and gentlemen, 45 bouts, 36 wins, red with white. Would you welcome Glenroy Boxing Club's Mark Kwan?
Johnny Walker's the best fighter, isn't he? Yeah, you'd have to get the best.
Big surprise there.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I looked so brilliant last time.
Yeah.
Well, Quan going right into it now. Really looking for the opening there.
It's pretty good, Quan, at the moment. Yes, no doubt about that, Robert.
Yes.
Gee whiz, he looks fairly adept, doesn't he, young Quan?
Oh, he does. He seems very much at home in the ring, doesn't he?
Certainly does.
Got that catch me if you can look on his face, hasn't he?
Oh, has he ever? He looks devastating, Quan.
Very well turned out, a specimen of fitness too.
Blue corner's being very wary at the moment, Robert.
They are.
He is.
You notice Quan has this interesting practice of keeping himself very wide open till he's right in close.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Not much leather being thrown yet, though. The boys are...
Daniels keeps his dukes up the whole time. He doesn't drop them. Quite a fascinating contrast in technique, isn't it, Steve?
Yes. Very good defensively at the moment, Daniels, but he's not doing enough attackingly, I don't think. That's the problem.
He's just letting Quan do the work.
Yes. Quan's landing all the attacking leather at this point of the fight.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's just chipping away, you know. Boom, boom, boom. Just getting them there. getting the score on the board.
And here the referee getting in between them here and just splitting them up. Australian representative Tunic on Quan.
Well, he has boxed for Australia internationally in the amateur ranks, Stephen.
Yes, and I know about that.
He doesn't make the transition in the very near future.
Yep, sending Quan to the neutral corner by his first name. The referee knows him quite well, no doubt.
Quan's had a lot of bouts. He's a very...
Now what's happening here? Wrong mount guard. The orange mount guard belongs to Quan. He's sending Daniels to the neutral corner. Very good reflexes, Quan. The movement of the neck is magnificent there. He knows how to position the head.
He has.
Oh, referee had a word to Quan. And no doubt it was Quan's round. He did everything there. Yeah, quick look, but don't look. Oh, you can have that one. You can have that one.
Authenticity, certificate, authenticity.
What are you doing, girl? Where you going?
I'm just trying to get some more information. I'm trying to get educated. So here we go for round two here. Mike Quan in front at the moment on points. Daniels throws that right hand there, which missed. And he's got his work cut out, young Daniels, here tonight.
He certainly doesn't look as confident as Quan, does he, Steve?
Oh, well, you know, you've got to remember there seems to be a big difference in who the boys, the boys' level of where they've been in the sport. I mean, Quan has been, what are we looking at, 45 fights, 36 wins. I mean, and represented Australia, 2001, 2000, 2002.
Oh, he's a man of vast international experience, yes.
You've got to take all that into account, Robert, don't you?
Oh, of course I do. Merely making an observation, not a criticism.
Another exchange of blows from Quan, which put him back in the scoring region. Looking very adept, Quan. Very slippery. Moves beautifully around the ring. It's as if he owns the ring.
Totally at ease in the ring, isn't he, Stephen?
He certainly is. Daniels refuses to attack, which is what he must do here. He must take the fight up to Quan. I know it's difficult, but he's trying to win the fight here, and that's what he's going to need to do. I mean, but Quan is so adept. Again, moves in, slips away, and rarely gets struck. Again, moves like a cat round this ring, Quan.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Beautiful fighter to watch.
Experience coming out, can't you see?
Yeah, he's just beautiful to watch. His poetry in motion in a boxing ring, Quan. And again, Quan.
How did you score that, Stephen?
Well, as I said, Quan. He is controlling the boxing ring. He owns the ring.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Yes.
Doing a very fine job here tonight, Mike Quan. More of a, after the last couple of fights we've had, well, the skills are all there, but it's not a power fight, so we're a bit more laid back, the crowd here.
They are bantam weights. It's a different type of weight division, Stephen. You expect that.
Boxing Victoria, champion awards to our best boxer.
I think what I was trying to say was that because Daniels is not taking the fight up to Quan, he's allowing Quan to dominate. And
He is.
it's,
Quan really hasn't been threatened at all in this bout, has he?
well, he hasn't. So we're not seeing the contest we've seen in the last two fights, the intensity.
Every other amateur fight we've had tonight has been an extraordinary contest.
Well, the last two fights have been the best.
They're all of a very high standard.
Yeah, but the last two have been something exquisite. The one I'm really talking about is the Brown Spielbitz fight, which was awesome in my book.
Even the Johnny Walker and the Goddard fight was pretty impressive.
It wasn't far behind it. But they were the two that have been fantastic so far. Right up there. Quan now in a more than a huddle. They were grappling there. In fact, Daniels may have been hanging on there.
Bit of clinging, yes.
Quan working downstairs there. Daniels is fully protected, but I mean, he must attack. Oh, slip from Quan there after receiving a punch from Daniels. Now Quan throws the right hand. Moves back to the ring centre. He moves into a position that suits himself.
He certainly does it as he pleases, doesn't he, Steve?
Oh, yes. Look at him use that ring. He's got Evans moving around now. I've got to get out of the way here, Evans, as Quan uses that ring profusely. Oh, and a bit of a talk to Daniels. I think about a low punch, I'd say there.
Certainly a warning.
Daniels trying to tackle Quan in the neutral corner. He did get some uppercuts in, but to no avail, really. Ray Evans didn't like Quan hanging onto the arm of Daniels then when Daniels was trying to throw punches.
He's saying, get on with it, son.
He became
a box, not to grapple.
Another Quan round, but Ray Evans has shown a propensity on a couple of occasions to become truculent, Robert, when fighters haven't been following the rules, and he's very quick to step in.
Oh, he's exerted his authority at all times. What did you see as the highlights of that round, Steve?
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, no smoking inside the Goddard Town Hall with us. Before, no smoking.
Doing an excellent job there, Steve.
oh, thank you.
I spoke to the phone yesterday. Good, mate. You're working now?
Yeah, it's on.
You're doing the amateurs too?
Yeah, we've done all the amateurs, mate. Listen, we've been a bit sloppy at times, but we're getting there, you know. We're just trying to pick out who's who and what they're doing and all that sort of thing.
Where's that go to?
You'll get the video if you want it. You should get a copy of it. Oh, you might enjoy it.
Yeah. That's good. It's happened.
That's Robert, Jim. That's Robert.
Okay, Robert. There you go, mate. The last guy was from the league.
Yeah. And this is good Mike Quan. He's exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Round 4 now. Here we go. Now Mike Quan comes back in the ring centre with Daniels. Daniels pursues him. Slipped through Daniels after Quan gave him the slip. Give the slip.
Quan went after him, and Daniels a bit upset about it.
He certainly is. Good English racehorse give the slip, and that's exactly what Mike Quan just did. The old Johnny Famish on 1-2, that was.
It was.
Oh, clubbing right hand from Quan, rattled Daniels. Quan is poetry in motion here tonight at the Collingwood Town Hall. Oh, and another clubbing punch to the jaw. Turning it into a bit of a procession for himself for Quan.
Quan gives him a pat on the head as they're told to break.
Clubbing right hand from Quan again would score. Oh, and another slipping punch, a beautiful punch from Quan. Actually threw that punch when he's already moving away. Scoring punch, got out of trouble, left no target for Daniels whatsoever. That's class boxing.
His footwork is excellent.
I'll tell you what, Quan, his footwork's better than some of the professionals in his weight division, I'll tell you that.
No doubt about that, Steve.
Oh, stop Daniels there, coming in with a beautiful straight left. Daniels feeling a bit of pressure here. Quan, he sent Quan to the neutral corner. He's having a word to Daniels about, took a point off Daniels for that indiscretion. A point off for an indiscretion from Daniels. Looking quite perturbed and worried at the moment, Daniels.
He is, isn't he?
Oh, missed again. I mean, Quan was just, he'd left the scene. On another slapping left. Oh, he's been had a word to him for a slap across the chops.
Daniels has just had no effect on Quan at all, has he, Steve?
Not at all. And there goes the bell.
I don't think there's any doubt.
A huge victory to Mike Quan there, Robert, without a shadow of a doubt.
No, I agree, Stephen. No doubt about that.
Absolute overloaded with skill, Mike Quan.
Most impressive boxer.
Enormously impressive display. Another trophy coming up for Mike Quan without a shadow of a doubt.
He'd add that to his very extensive.
Super auction coming up before we get down to the official part of the evening, the Bob Rose Cup. Our three professional fights. So we throw out in tournament in the order of Bob Rose Memorial.
He is a beautiful fighter.
As we remember the Collingwood
And
legend.
poetry in motion.
The best you've seen or not?
Now a big round of applause there, Jason Daniels. Mark, one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready and go, Cat, go. Which one? Okay, it's a split decision. The winner, red corner, Mark Quan. You want to come up and present it? Yeah, bring it up. Ben, come up, you come up. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. Thank you for being part of Team Promotions. Show number 12, where we tonight pay tribute to Collingwood legend, a boxer, Bob Rose, a footballer, Bob Rose. We've got a great three-fight program for you, interstate and international boxing. Welcome to centering on this Friday night. Collingwood Stadium, a jam-packed crowd. Thank you for supporting Team Promotions. Peter Maniatis. Howard Lee is my name. Boxing is for business, and business is good. 4 rounds in the interstate welterweight division. Your referee in charge of the action when the bell tolls, Malcolm Bulder. Your judges at ringside, World Championship referee and judge John Wheeler. World Championship referee judge Gus Mercurio. And a new face covering the horizons of the world, Andrew Campbell. You take him at the bell, Damien Membry. Your ringside physician, Dr. Peter Lewis and Dr. Pearley. We welcome members of the Professional Boxing and Combat Sports Board, Secretariat Noel Sharp, Bob Todd, Dr. Simon Hillman, and 2 times Aussie champ Scott Brower. We welcome on board officially for the first time at Collingwood, the newest member, World Championship Judge Ms. Zanika Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing first on my left, occupying the blue corner, he comes from the Pacific Boxing Club, Cleveland, Queensland, with mentor Bernie McFadden. Ladies and gentlemen, returning to Melbourne for the 2nd time. He's been on the winning streak since he was here last year on a Peter Maniatis show at Melbourne. 8 professional fights, 6 wins, 2 losses, 1 win by knockout, scaling 64.45 kilos. In 2 weeks, he fights for the vacant Queensland Welterweight Championship, appropriately wearing Collingwood colours of black and white. Would you welcome back a man Richard Stubbs called the Creedence Clearwater Man, Brian Fogarty. And the across the ring, occupying the red corner, with Ellis Laycock and Bobby Scrovano in the corner. He was the hotshot 2 times, Victorian amateur boxing champion. In professional ranks, 2 bouts, 2 wins. Wearing blood red trunks with white piping. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brunswick, Victoria, steeped in greyhound tradition, scaling 64 kilograms, he is called the Fighting Irishman. He is Dan the Man McMahon. Malcolm, it's all yours. 4 rounds of welterweight boxing. Fogarty McMahon. Here we go. It's showtime.
Contrasting style there, Stephen.
Artist Promotions, and this will be a fantastic evening's entertainment that we've got coming up now with the professional bouts all taking place. Shannon McMahon, 64 kilograms. He's got burgundy trunks on red piping as we welcome our top promoter here in Victoria, Peter Maniatis, to ringside. Peter, what a fantastic night's boxing so far.
This is going to be a great contest. They're both evenly matched. Fogarty's won his last 2 fights by knockout, so Fogarty's going to be dangerous, but I've got a lot of faith in Shannon McMahon. I think he can go all the way.
Oh, cracking right hand from McMahon caught to Fogarty. Beautiful punch it was.
There was only 40 grams at the weigh-in last night, so they're both evenly matched with weight difference. Shannon's had the 2 fights for 2 wins, and Fogarty's had 8 fights, 6 wins, 2 losses.
The Fogarty seems to weigh in a bit heavier there, Peter, there. Well, officially here tonight, he's about, is he 3 kilos heavier?
No, half a kilo.
Oh, half a kilo, sorry.
64.5.
Oh, 64.45, was it? I made a mistake on my record sheet.
Against 6.
Shannon's a taller boxer, boxing beautifully, McMahon.
Shannon McMahon there missed with the right hand as Fogarty saw that coming. It was telegraphed and he moved aside very quickly.
Been a very impressive boxer, hasn't he, Peter? I mean, from the minute he burst on the professional scene, he's been all class.
Oh, he has, and he's a pleasure to deal with too. He's just a great kid, Shannon. He does everything perfect.
Oh, young McMahon chased Fogarty across to the blue corner and gave him a straight right to let him know he was around. Malcolm Bullner, your referee, champion referee there, Malcolm Bullner.
Refereed over 40 World Championship title fights, Malcolm Bullner.
Yes, he's done a great job in professional boxing, Malcolm. Fogarty now trying to work his way underneath McMahon's extensive reach, but going to struggle in there, Peter Maniatis, is he not?
He's going to struggle. Now, Fogarty's a real hard type of kid. He's had a lot of amateur fights. He's had about 60 amateur fights, and he's a lot more experienced than Shannon, but I've got a lot of faith in Shannon. He's got a fantastic style.
Beautiful defensive ducking there from McMahon to get away from Fogarty's onslaught.
But that's the point. He's got every aspect of his defence just for perfection. His movement, his dukes are up all the time.
Yeah, I think he's got McCubbin in his corner. Big Long John, what a referee he is. Oh, sorry, a trainer as well.
He refereed the Kostya fight, the undercard fight, sorry.
Yes. And a great trainer, that camp of his out of Preston. Oh, they're slipping. That was a slipping situation there. Fogarty sort of kept punching. I think Malcolm should have moved in a bit quicker then, Peter.
No, well, Malcolm's doing a great job. Malcolm's a world title referee. He's world referee champion bout, so I've got a lot of faith in Malcolm Bulmer as a referee. He moves beautifully, Malcolm Bulmer, around the ring when he does
referee. But McMahon was already falling when Fogarty was allowed to keep clubbing. Oh! Clubbing punch on the back of the head, and Malcolm will have a word to him and say, cut that out, sonny boy.
Not in my ring, you don't do that.
McMahon driving a right hand, got tangled up in the shoulder of Fogarty, and Malcolm Bullner splits them in again. Oh, Fogarty comes in. Round 1, gee whiz.
How did you score that, Stephen?
Well, look, it's very difficult when it's scrappy, a little bit scrappy, but I think McMahon did enough there to take the honours.
Yeah, I give that round 10-9 to McMahon.
Yep, that's what I've got on my scorecard, Peter. Unofficially, of course, here at ringside, the judges, you wouldn't think they'd have much of a different view there. 10-9 would seem to be the go after that first round.
Team of judges who got here tonight too. Gus Mercurio.
Have we ever? Yes.
Andrew Campbell and Johnny Wheeler. You couldn't get a more experienced trio than that.
Very steeped in boxing tradition and quality, that trio.
Daniel Lovett's just walked past us, another exciting young boxer.
Yes, very relaxed for a man who's going to be fighting on this card, I believe. He'd be the next fight. Maybe it's not the next, it could be the one after it. There's Headland is at ringside here tonight, the Fremantle footballer, introduced earlier on in the proceedings on this Bob Rose Memorial night at Collingwood Town Hall. Sorry, Peter.
Off we go again. McMahon just establishing that jab, going in, leading first with a jab. Beautiful jabs.
Yes, he's clean and crisp. Goes after Fogarty again and pushes him into the ropes on the far side of the ring under the clock. And Ballner copped a bit of a little bit of a glove to the jaw then as he pushed them aside. Malcolm splits them again.
Come on, Shane.
Oh, Fogarty gave McMahon one late after the break then. Didn't lose a point for it. He's a tough customer, Fogarty. He's going to try a few things here and gave him another one.
Always looking for an opportunity.
Oh, is he ever?
Snuck a little one in there in the clutch. Quite effective.
When the referee and he's back to the proceedings. Oh! McMahon rushed in. He's not happy, McMahon. Fogarty stirred McMahon up here. McMahon's very angry, Peter and Robert.
Yes.
He's angry, Shannon McMahon.
He's letting go. He's really letting go some cracking punches.
Malcolm is giving Fogarty a lecture here.
Real warning. He's told him.
Told him to clean up the game.
Yes.
Oh, and that hit the gloves, and there was a slip there. The ring here is it's in excellent condition, but been a couple of slips. McMahon's wearing a new pair of gloves.
Stale rosin, Steve.
Lovely right hand. McFogarty comes back. McMahon is equal to the task here. It's become a scrappy street fight now, this particular bout, gentlemen.
It's a bit of a rumble in the jungle.
Is it ever?
Cheers, Peter.
Apt term, Peter, at Collingwood. We're right very close to the Collingwood football ground.
Look, the three fights matched tonight are the most evenly fight matches I've matched in a long, long time. They'll go either way.
Yeah, all going to be close. We've had a fantastic night's boxing so far. Those amateur kids, how good were they?
Oh, fantastic. Mark Kwan and a lot of other fighters,
yes.
they look good.
Brilliant boxer he is.
That young Bosnian kid, Ersan Spilbic, was a beauty too. Oh, do I like that boy. Here we are back to this fight. Fogarty underneath and slaps a left hand to the belly of McMahon. The corner over there. Bobby Scrivano screaming at the boys here at ringside. Fogarty waiting for opportunity. McMahon swinging right hand. And Fogarty gives him one on the rib cage.
He always gets one in like that in the clutches, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he should.
Malcolm Bullman breaks them up.
Queensland rules, Robert. And there they go. Well, another McMahon round.
I think that's right.
4 3-minute rounds here. We're halfway through. And there goes the whistle.
Seconds as we approach round 3. Come on, race through.
Shannon McMahon, round 3. Brian Fogarty, coming back in. Slapping punches from Fogarty on the head of McMahon, and Malcolm will split them. Boys get tangled up again. A lot of tangling going on in this fight.
Yeah, Fogarty's very awkward.
He is awkward, and McMahon, he drove that left hand through very hard. And gave him one for he's upset Fogarty, because I think there could have been a bit of forearm in that. I'd say that the corner would have had a word to McMahon and say, give him a bit of his own medicine back, Peter.
Definitely. We can remember Fogarty here with his battle with Nick Detoris at Melbourne Town Hall.
Oh, yes. Very aggressive fight, this. Another slip taking place. McMahon losing balance there. Oh, slapping punches from Fogarty. He's not putting much power behind him. He's just slapping away. Rough and rugged, our boy from Queensland, Robert.
He certainly is. He's mightn't be the most stylish, but he's taking every opportunity he can, Stephen, and that's what makes boxing so exciting.
Yeah, well, now he's whipped the right hand around again, but McMahon did turn. He did turn his back on Fogarty.
I've noticed McMahon looks like he's wearing new boots, and he looks, I don't know if he's worn them in it. They look pretty new to me.
Yeah, I just mentioned that about the start of the fight. A beautiful pair of new crisp boots, but they don't look worn in at all, Peter. They look like he's worn them for the first time here tonight, I'd say. There's not a mark on them.
See the labels underneath the soles.
Yes. And made out of calf skin or doe skin, I'd say.
Shannon McMahon throws beautiful straight punches. He's a beautiful boxer.
He is a classic style. I've spoken about him on Channel 31 and spoke about him again earlier on tonight on Channel 31, and I think he is an up-and-comer. Got a slap to the jaw from Fogarty. Fogarty's slapping his punches. He's not putting any shoulder power or any body power behind them, Peter. Robert?
He's got a very awkward style, Fogarty.
Very awkward.
He always drops them in when he's in a clinch.
Yes.
Shannon's going to learn so much from this fight.
He will learn a lot. Tactically wise, he'll learn a hell of a lot.
It's the right step up for him to box someone as experienced as Fogarty. It's a good opportunity for him.
It is a good opportunity, an excellent opportunity. Fogarty's now starting to hang on now because I think the pressure of the fight is getting to him. Oh, he's swinging wildly, Fogarty, as the taller man, McMahon, comes in time and time again, Peter.
Yeah, it is a bit of a tough contest. Very awkward fight, this, for Shannon, because Fogarty's given him angles and slapping punches and showing him things probably Shannon hasn't seen, because Shannon's had just come through the amateurs.
That's right. And there goes another one of those slapping punches as the trainer, McFadden, puts the stool down for his man, Fogarty.
How did you score that, Stephen?
Another 10-9 round to McMahon there, Robert, because he just seems to have the reach advantage and he can respond. Oh!
When he was there, picking up higher. Oh, you can get me, yeah. You can get it higher, all right. All right. All right.
No, I'd like a beer. Thank you. Light beer. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Robert. Very kind of you. This is a phenomenal fight. McMahon has the reach advantage. His punches are stronger. They're more direct, and that's the most important thing. The power is there, and he's causing Fogarty now to miss and slap his punches around. Again over the top, McMahon starts the charge.
This is fast and furious, the action, and it just hasn't stopped.
It's been magnificent quality boxing, professional boxing action of the highest order as Shannon McMahon exerts authority from the centre of the ring. Fogarty again slapping. It's always going to be a problem when you've got a tall opponent like McMahon who's got skill and a longer reach. Doesn't help when you're trying to get inside, Peter.
It doesn't help. Shannon's going to take a lot out of this fight.
Yes, he will. He'll learn from this, Shannon. He's a man that's going to go a long way in Australian boxing and hopefully on an international level later on.
No doubt about that.
Once the boy's physique starts to blossom out and mature, he's going to be a very strong man.
A very seasoned man.
I think he will develop right up. Give him a few more years. A bit like Jimmy Cheetahs. Remember the way he used to look spindly? And he was built like the proverbial towards the end of his career.
I never saw Jimmy skinny ever.
Yes, you did when you commentated him down at Werribee against Rocky Horror and Heath Stanton.
The boys are grappling in the neutral corner. Malcolm's going to have to split them. I think both boys getting a little tired. It's been a very furious fight and a very testing bout. Oh, lovely punch from McMahon. Caught Fogarty unawares, slipping through there. He couldn't avoid that, and that just shows you how quick Shannon McMahon is.
Malcolm Bullner sensibly separates. Oh, McMahon going in.
Shannon
got a snip of it.
He has. He's trying to make Fogarty pay now. He's trying to make him pay. No doubt about that. Fogarty's hanging in there, though. He's a gutsy fighter from Queensland.
Very tough, Fogarty. McMahon just gets more scoring punches, and there was a nice left there he got that got him on the button.
I noted about that, Robert. And that both boys getting a bit tired now because of the grappling and the... it's been a street fight war, this has been. Fogarty now, you see the McMahon leaning all over Fogarty. That's got to tire your man out. He'll be getting tired here, Fogarty. Malcolm pushes him aside again. I think he's getting a bit frustrated with the grappling and the hanging on. And now again, both boys are tired here. They've gone at a furious pace. You can't blame them for that.
No, you can't.
Lovely right hand from McMahon. Caught the jaw of Fogarty. And he looks a man dead on his feet at the moment.
Shannon's got to come on strong.
He's coming at him. Oh, another right hand. It's got Fogarty in a lot of trouble here.
He's clinging to McMahon.
McMahon, you tipped it before, Robert. He could be sensing a KO there, but the bell will stop him. Virtually a 10-8 final round, that.
You'd have to give that to McMahon.
Oh, yes. Well, there's no shadow of a doubt about that, Robert. Why would you have a doubt?
McMahon has demonstrated he's got what it takes.
He couldn't have a doubt in the world about the result of that fight.
I've heard you say that before, and there's been a perverse decision, Stevens. But very impressive Shannon McMahon. I think he's got a long way to go in boxing.
He has. Yeah, great performance there from both these boys. A street scrap with Shannon McMahon's skills showing out there prodigiously throughout that fight. Fogarty's courage not to be denied, but gee whiz, young McMahon's going places in this sport. No doubt about that, and we're waiting on the judges, and we'll go to Howard Lee. Thank you.
Yep. Noel bags for Essendon, doesn't he? Noel, who's he bag for? Carlton. Good, he bag for Port Fairy Seagulls. Yeah, he'll catch. Who will he catch next year? As a player? Ladies and gentlemen, our three judges, they all had the same points scorecards. Judge Andrew Campbell, Gus Mercurio, John Wheeler, all had it 39, 37 unanimous points. Winner, red corner, the hitman, Shannon McMahon. Brian Fogarty was a different target tonight, a shorter man. How do you feel you went?
I had a bit of trouble with him in the early rounds, and got to give Brian credit, just come all the way here, and he was a tricky customer, put your hand together for him. I thought it was a great effort.
Okay, congratulations, Shannon.
Just like to thank the trainer, Bobby Scavano. Couldn't do it without him. He's battling along, but we're still going strong together. Corner, Johnny Lakos, and the rest of the team, that's it.
Okay, the hitman, Shannon McMahon. Right, we're going to sell some more. Good stuff. Peter Hatton, good evening to you, Peter, Mauritian model. Okay, our judges for this championship match, Gus Mercurio, John Wheeler and Brighton's Andrew Campbell. Your timekeeper of the bell, Damien Membry. Ringside doctor is Dr. Peter Lewis. Your referee in charge of the action, once again, is Chris Anderson, World Boxing Federation official. Ladies and gentlemen, the team promotions, Peter Maniatis. On a great night at Collingwood, a capacity crowd. Welcome to our semi-main event. It's championship time. 8 rounds of boxing for the Cruiserweight Championship of Victoria. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challenger on my right, occupying the red corner, with a great team in the corner, Mr. T, Matt Trihey, David The Rock Hitchcock, and Sugar Ray Giles. Legendary Brunswick, Collingwood and Port Adelaide fitness advisor, all from the Underworld Gymnasium. He is a brawny boy, made good like Eddie Maguire. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Brunswick Bomber. Tonight scaling 84.15 kilograms, 2 professional fights, 1 win and 1 controversial technical loss. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing black trunks, he is The Rock, Adrian Stern. He is the challenger. And across the ring, occupying the blue corner, with Ron London Russell, Paul Leighton and Vern Leighton in the corner from the Oakley Youth Club. He is the reigning and defending Cruiserweight Champion of Australia, recently married to the beautiful Ingrid. He has a log of 14 fights, 8 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen from Hampton Park, Victoria, wearing black and white, would you welcome Lights Out Nick Lantour. Here we go, 8 rounds of boxing. Chris Anderson, referee's instructions. Give that to me, Chris. Put it around your waist.
Blue corner, he has black trunks with white piping, and the well, you'd have to now say the controversial Adrian Stack.
Well, he's got a huge fan club here. He is a very popular chap with the crowd, particularly amongst the female members of the audience, Stephen.
Has a big support base, no doubt.
Very vocal group of
yes, it has
females.
All black trunks, and he has lost a substantial amount of weight to fight at cruiserweight level. He's into it straight away, Stack, with a big right hand on Lantouris, trying to break through his defences early in the fight. Lantouris, we know, is good defensively, moves around the ring beautifully and keeps normally his opponents at bay very nicely, but Stack is a machine, a big strong man, trains at the Underworld Gymnasium in Melbourne.
And what a formidable corner he has there. Dave Hitchcock, Ray Giles and Matty Trihey.
It is a absolutely class personified corner. Ray Giles, David Hitchcock and Matt Trihey. Yeah, what a corner that is.
From the Underworld Gym.
Oh, nice right hand from Stack on Lantouris. Was a good scoring punch. Chris Anderson is your referee, very experienced. Stack, with the loss of body weight and the illustrated legs, is now moving into Lantouris.
Adrian, he's looking fit for this.
He looks fantastic, Stack. Mr. Fantastic. Might be a new nickname for him.
Nick Lantouris, very awkward type of fighter.
Oh, gee whiz, he's...
Double jabs and moves and angles. Geez, a smart fighter, Nick Lantouris. Adrian's going to have to really lift and take the title.
He's, crunching right hand from Stack on Lantouris' sake then, Lantouris. As Sanderson splits them, Stack has decided that a full frontal onslaught, a full assault on Lantouris is the way to go about this proceeding.
He can't punch himself out because it's 8 rounds.
That's right, and he must... there's no doubt that with that weight loss, no doubt he's been doing a lot of cardiovascular work in the gymnasium and on the roadway, Peter, which will give him the stamina.
Adrian's got to relax. He's got to relax. It's 8 rounds here.
Bit of a arm in that exchange from Stack.
I've been very impressed by Stack's use of the jabs and these short punches up close. He gets every punch in at every chance. Have you noticed that, Stephen, as opposed to his previous fights?
Yeah, well seen, Robert. No doubt about that. He does manage to slip an extra punch in.
Always gets a little jab in or a little hook.
Yeah, oh, he's got to watch that forearm too, that right arm.
He's got that left working when he was in the clinch.
Do a lot of damage with that physique. He looks more like a discus thrower at the Olympic Games than a boxer, doesn't he, Stack?
Oh, these boys are fast and furious for big guys. They've got a great work rate.
Oh, have they ever?
Yes.
Lanturis at the moment is struggling to keep Stack off him. That's the thing. Oh, that right hand from Stack. Sorry, Peter.
We've got to put a special mention on Dave Hedgecock's done a fantastic job with Adrian Stack to get him to this level.
Oh, an enormous job.
I mean, he's lost the weight and he still looks strong. Dave Hedgecock has done his homework.
He's just stripped the body fat down. That's what he's done.
Stack has a bleeding nostril, Stephen.
Yes. I don't think it'll cause him too much aggravation. Oh! Always difficult when the bell goes when a fighter has a punch ready to deliver, gentlemen.
Stand and deliver, as they say.
Yes. No doubt about that, but gee whiz, let's see if we can get through this fight without any controversy.
Yes.
He did win that first round, Stack. He won it because he decided from the outset to go on a full frontal onslaught, and his punches had power. There's no doubt about that. Lanturis has a mouse forming under his left eye already. A welt and a mouse forming under that left eye. A very bruised complexion there already under his trainer. It's gone beyond a mouse. I think it's turning into a welt.
I think at this stage it's just a mouse.
Adrian Stack ready for action. He's fired up. Oh yeah. Chris Anderson says none of that backslapping business, Adrian.
Both guys are clean-cut boxers. It's fantastic to see them both fight for a Victorian title. And Nick Lanturis has been a proud Victorian champion. He loves that belt, and he's not going to give it away without a fight. Adrian's got a lift to take it.
That's right. I love both watching these boys over the period, the last 3 or 4 years. They're beautiful to watch. They're strong and tough, and they give you a good, honest, toiling experience and their skill factor too. Lanturis has a style we're used to, very defensive. It's always worked for him. But he's up against a man here who's built like the side of a house.
He's fantastic physique, Adrian Stack, and he can really punch. Lanturis has got to watch that big right hand of Stackies.
He certainly can. Got a cut on the bridge of his nose too, Stack, has he? I'm not sure.
No, just blood from the nostrils, Stephen.
They're splashing upwards.
Lanturis has an excellent use of combinations. If you ever look at him, he uses good left-rights, right-left combinations, jabs, uppercuts, hooks and crosses. He knows all the combinations.
He does. We're just saying, I heard David Hedgecock say, put your hands up. I was just about to say, if Stack's got a weakness, it's his defensive skills. He does drop the gloves. He drops the gloves down and he's got his face. It's always open to attack, isn't it? Should keep his hands up a bit more, Stacky. Oh, right hand on the jaw of Lanturis with a beautiful punch from Stack.
Did the electricity go to the head?
Oh, did it ever?
Oh, Stack, it means business. It's
Lanturis is trying to hold him off, but Stack keeps punching in the clinches. I'll tell you what, the tactics, they've worked them out before they've come to the stadium, and Lanturis might have a cut on the face. That mouse or welt's opened up, has it? Or is it a cut eye? I can't tell. There's blood everywhere. There might be some of Stack's blood on Lanturis' body. Oh, he's wiping his eye. It's a cut eye, is it? Yes, I tipped that. He's going to have a look at him. He's got the sponge out, Ron Russell, is it?
Dr. Peter Lewis is now having a look at
this is going to be trouble here. I'd say that the cut is right underneath the eyebrow there, dripping possibly into the eye.
Was it
Peter?
A punch or a headbutt?
Well, I don't know. It could have been that big right hand that Stack through before they got into a tangle.
That's what did it, Stephen.
And now what's he going to do? No, they box on. They're all right to fight. Stack will go after him. I thought the welt had burst open into blood, but
It's on the brow.
yeah, cut on the brow or underneath it.
Causing him
They're
some...
both tough boys. They are as tough as nails, both of them.
Yeah, there's blood dripping down Lantouris' cheekbone now as we speak. Oh, Lantouris threw a good punch. He's trying to stay away from that right hand of Stacks, which is lethal. Absolutely lethal, that punch.
We warned everyone about Stack's right hand.
Oh, he gave a Tom Bowler there. I reckon that eye cut was from a Stack right hand, but I couldn't swear to it.
I think it was very effective.
This has been a fantastically contested bout.
A great fight. Oh, Stack had him measured, but that corner over there of Lantouris will have to get the medical team out and get that boy stitched up. Well, Peter Lewis is going to have a good look at him.
Having a very good look.
They'll need everything at work there to sort that one out. They'll need everything at work. Chris Anderson having a word to Judge Andrew Campbell at ringside. Know what that was about. Howard Lee is up on the ring apron. There's obviously something happening over there.
No worries, Jim.
Now, Lewis is looking at Stack's injury as well. A head clash it was. A head clash. Howard Lee said.
Howard Lee's blurted out it was a head clash. Howard Lee Watkin, a former successful South Warrnambool footballer and first grade premiership cricketer.
Well, I think he spoke to the referee, Peter. I'm not sure. We haven't got an official word on it yet, so we'll just have to go with what we've got, I suppose.
Looked like a punch to me, Steve.
Both boys have been cleaned up somewhat by their respective corners.
They've got good cut men in each corner. Ray Giles is an outstanding cut man.
Superb. And Dave Hedgecock's another guy that's really good with his cuts. They're doing a great job.
Sugar Ray Giles is a genius with that knitting needle in the corner there.
Wild swings by Stack.
Stack now might get front. They might try and end this. Lantouris, I can never remember him being stopped early.
Oh, never.
No. He's as tough as nails.
Oh, Stack's hit him hard with that right again. As Anderson yells at them to split them. Gee whiz, we've got some action aplenty here.
Dave Hedgecock telling him to go for it. Be first, Dave Hedgecock saying.
Oh, lovely right hand from Stack. Found the mark. Hedgecock is enjoying this at the moment.
Straight right, Dave says. Straight right, Dave Hedgecock says.
A lot of adrenaline in that corner. Matt Tryhe's on his feet.
Go through, go through. Dave Hedgecock says, be first. Oh, the tension.
Trying to get him to drive that right hand through Lantouris, no doubt. The left hook work that time from Stack. He's got everything now.
Ronnie Russell's a great cut man because Lantouris' cut stopped. He must have done something beautifully in that corner.
He did a little bit of a trickle now, but up until now it had been all right.
Ronnie Russell's a great cut man too. He's done it for many years.
He's a former British Empire champion.
That's right.
Yep, yes, no doubt about that, and an exquisite trainer too. We've had words with him.
Comes from Hampstead Heath in London.
A very fine town.
Indeed it is. Home of the Cray brothers.
Stack over the top, missed Lantouris as they grapple. Anderson will split them. He's got his work cut out, Chris.
Look at the look in Stack's eyes. Stack means business.
Oh, well, this is, I said at the start of the night, this is a big night for Stack. He must win this to go further in cruiserweight and heavyweight ranks. Oh, driving right hand.
Nice combination from Stack.
He's landed 5 of those now, at least. And now punching at the rib cage.
Dave Hedgecock said to him, go for the body, go for the body.
It's been
And
his money punch.
He's opened him up. A bit like the proverbial can of tomatoes. That's a big punch, Stack, and he's looking at not only the referee but his corner for further instructions. Gee whiz, there's a lot to concentrate on for these boys.
Stack doing a nice right.
Lantouris now smudged all over with blood. His face is a badge of blood.
He's a brave warrior, though. He'll battle on.
Oh, is he ever. Magnificent warrior.
This has been an awesome fight. I can't believe the quality of fights tonight.
Awesome stuff, and Stack sensibly pulled back.
Stack's never pulled back in his life, Steve.
How much did the gloves go for? 300.
Another Stack round.
What's that? Mobile.
How did you score that, Steve?
10-9 to Stack, Robert, without much doubt there, because he's dropping bombs on top of Lanturis at a regular interval, and Lanturis is struggling to keep the pace with him, but a very brave warrior, Lanturis, even to take this fight on.
A couple of very nice right-lefts that Stack dropped on Lanturis.
Stack is the sort of fighter that if he is in tune with himself and is fit and strong, he's a hard man to stop. He's just so strong. I mean, when you looked at them, you'd think Stack was, he's 0.65 of a kilo lighter than Lanturis, but have a look at his physique. An enormous physique on the man.
Into round 4. This is exciting boxing.
Halfway through the fight, this Victorian Cruiserweight title battle between champion Nick Lanturis and challenger Adrian Stack.
On this Bob Rose Memorial night here at Collingwood Town Hall, 11th of July 2003, Adrian Stack waiting for Lanturis now. Oh, finally Lanturis slipped a punch to the jaw through on Stack. Stack now, those gloves are, the way he holds them sometimes is a minor problem. He's been cleaned up again, Stack there, beautifully by his corner.
Nick Lanturis in a black and white trunks. Is he a Collingwood supporter, do you think, guys?
Yeah, I don't know, but he's worn the white trunks tonight for the occasion, Peter, for the Bob Rose Memorial. Stack glanced him with I think it was a right. Flicking out that jab now, Stack, just to let Lanturis know he's got the full kit. And the crunching right hand to straight right was a very nice punch. Then he tries the right cross. Gee whiz, Stack has got, his boxing skills have improved remarkably in the last 3 months.
Haven't they improved out of sight? They really have.
That's consistent fights.
They've done a lot of work in the gym on Stack, no doubt about that, mentally and physically. Oh, crunching punch by Stack, beautiful punch. And that, how long can Lanturis put up with that? Oh, he's on the run now, Lanturis. As Stack pursues him across the ring, gives him a shove in the face with a glove. A maul in then, Stack. Oh. Lanturis has got that cut on the eyebrow reopened with a slapping, crunching right hand that dragged across that area. Stack again after Lanturis. And Lanturis grapples. This is going to be a survival of the fittest here.
That's a good call, Stephen. That will be the survival of the fittest. Who's got more petrol tickets?
The last man standing affair, this.
Toe-to-toe action.
Matty Tryheed telling Stack to use the uppercut.
Oh, yes. He needs to probably also whip a couple around the rib cage of the stomach region, the solar plexus above it, just to mix his punches up a bit more.
Dave Hedgecock telling him to keep the gloves up.
And tackling again. Stack rips those big arms around Lanturis. Lanturis, I'll tell you what, Ron Edwards, he's done a fantastic job with that eye.
Ron Russell.
Ron Russell, sorry.
Wrong. Stack looking very good.
Lanturis always circles. He's circling beautifully.
End of that round 4. What a battle, Lanturis there. Finally sits down to have a rest. So well deserved. He's had the big man stacked on top of him for 4 rounds.
Exciting boxing.
This has been a fantastic fight.
Yeah.
A warrior fest.
The whole night has just been first-class boxing.
The Stack has got the initial upper hand, and Lanturis is trying to hang in it. Lanturis knows he hasn't got the strike power of Stack, but the only way that Lanturis can win is to keep Stack at bay and to jab his way through. But he's got to get enough jabs in.
Or look for an opening. Where he can
to get the jab through.
Yes.
And because I think we agree, Robert, that Lanturis doesn't have the power of Stack. Certainly doesn't have the power, Robert.
Oh, indeed. Interestingly enough, I think a lot of people have written Lanturis off, but he's settled into a pretty good rhythm. He's learnt to live with that cut.
Well, you can't write him off. You can never write Lantouris off.
This has
Don't
been
sell
a
him
fast
short.
and furious fight.
Never sell Nick Lantouris short, not by 1 iota.
I can't believe how fit these boys are.
Oh, they're remarkably fit, Peter.
This is fantastic stuff. Knowing how tough it is in the gym. Anyone who's done any training in boxing would know that this is phenomenal stuff.
They've put in the grueling hours in the gymnasium, both boys.
You've got two dedicated trainers there in Ronnie Russell and Dave Hedgecock. I mean, and Ray Giles.
Dave the Rock Hedgecock, yeah, he's been in the game a long time.
Some of the best.
Lantouris now skipping around there, fronts up again, face on to Stack. Stack who tries to work that right hand with his VIP gloves on. Stack slapping away there, and
Nice left.
there was a bit of a backhander in there again, I think, from Stack, just so very, very quickly, and Anderson picked up on it, I think.
Stack got a very good left in there.
Oh, driving right hand, but did it strike? Did it do any damage, though? I think it glazed Lantouris. I think he was able to
I don't know about that, Stephen.
avoided the majority of that hand then coming through, Robert, I think. You got a doubt about that.
Both boys have put on an awesome effort. This has been a fantastic fight.
Fantastic stuff. Stack now.
This is worthy of a rematch, whoever wins, I think.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. What an exciting bout it's been.
Yeah.
Oh, nice left.
These boys, they can build up a tradition in cruiserweight boxing here.
They're both going to be nationally ranked, I think, after this
Oh, they
fight.
have
They
to
both
be.
deserve it.
they have
Lantouris
to
is
be.
already number 7 in Australia, I think.
Whoa, driving right hand from Stack, but I think he missed again, Robert, I think. And again, unfortunately, he's got to... he's just getting a little bit flustered at the moment, Adrian. Stack, he needs to measure his punches a little bit more here. No doubt the boys would be getting a bit tired now. They'd have to be. Oh, the right
Slapping
missed, but
right
the
hand.
left was the slapping left caught him. That was the punch that had the less power in it. Lantouris moves away, wasn't hurt by it.
Nice jab from Stack.
Stack is all over Lantouris like the proverbial rash at the moment.
He's trying very hard to go in for the kill.
He's all over him.
He's all over him like a cheap suit.
Well, how did you score that round, Stephen?
Another 10-9 round to Stack there, Robert. I don't think there'd be too much qualm about that. On the official in the World of Boxing Australian ratings as of July 2003, Nick Lantouris is ranked number 13 in the light heavyweight division, but is not listed in the top 10 in the cruiserweight division. So
What about Adrian Stack?
Stack not mentioned in those divisions at this point because he's only had a very small number of fights. So
Well, I'm sure he'll be far more highly rated after tonight.
yeah, well, Ray Wheatley will no doubt hear about this bout. No doubt about that. Both boys sweating profusely here, ready for action in round 6, Peter.
Let's see who finishes stronger. Who's got more petrol in the tank?
No, that's what it's going to come down to. Petrol tickets.
Both boys look supremely fit, though. I think they're both going to finish strong.
Oh yeah, Lantouris now, he does look, he's so occasionally fit, Lantouris. He never looks 100% fit, but he just keeps going and going. He's like Berger Breeze.
Keeps on keeping on, Stephen.
Yes.
The other thing with Lantouris is he's got a tremendous repertoire in his boxing wardrobe. I mean, he really knows.
Oh, bit of a slip there. You're correct, Robert, he does, but he's got stamina too that goes with it.
Oh, my word.
Stack is the more explosive fighter. It'd be interesting to see Stacky how he approaches the next couple of rounds, Peter.
Yeah, I think both fighters are going to just have to stick to what they were doing because they're both putting on a great show. That's all they have to do.
Yep, they're getting, no doubt, a bit of tiredness to script in. But on top of that, Stack is now being a bit more careful about how he delivers his throws, punches. Nice straight left to it, land about the esophagus level of Lanturis.
Dave Hedgecock keeps saying to him, Adrian, be first.
Yep, he wants him to attack. Oh, Lanturis gave Stack one back in the throat region. Oh, clubbing right hand from Stack. Glazed the jaw of Lanturis. And now the headlock comes in. Anderson will split them. Gee whiz, the Lanturis corner done a great job with that eye.
Oh, we've got a very good cut man there in Ron Russell.
He's going to have a few ice packs out tonight, these blokes. Ray Giles has now taken over in that corner with instructions for Stack. Obviously, that whole team have invested plenty of time in this lad.
They have definitely invested, and Adrian's been a very unlucky fighter. He's always had bad things happen, like injuries and things like that just before fights. But to his credit, he's stuck at it.
Stuck to it.
And stuck to it, and he looks fantastic.
No doubt about that. Oh, driving right from Stack.
Stack following the instructions from his corner.
And glanced Lanturis. That one clubbed Lanturis. That was a better punch. And he got a couple more in for good measure. Oh, beautiful punch on the nose. Caught Lanturis. And there's the bell that stopped any more punishment on the Lanturis physique. Stack is fighting a beautiful fight here.
Fantastic.
Don't take it away from Lanturis. I mean, when he looked like he was in a bit of strife there, he keeps on.
Yeah, well, he was fortunate the bell went towards the end there because he was on the end of some very heavy punching from Adrian Stack, especially that last right hand, which caught Lanturis right on the nose.
41 points, but just as importantly, one carry. His career's on the line. He slid into the goalpost and badly damaged his knee. Wayne Carey, seriously injured tonight in Adelaide. Seconds as we approach round 7.
Round 7 coming up here.
Bad news.
Round 7 here.
David Memory, the bell ringer, sends them back for round 7.
Lanturis comes out confidently now.
This is worthy of a rematch.
Oh, no doubt about that,
I
Peter.
think there'll be many arguments.
No argument. None whatsoever.
This is worthy of a Victorian title.
Oh.
Both boys are carrying themselves beautifully in
These
there.
blokes, I agree with you. After this, they should both be in the rankings.
Lawrence Tuasa's a cruiserweight Australian champion. I think both boys would love a shot at Tuasa.
Yeah, would they ever? And both of them had quit themselves very nicely, I reckon.
How would Robert's favourite fighter, Jimmy Cheetah, go up against these two blokes? The bad boy.
And what a fine boxer Jimmy Cheetah's is.
Oh, look, I think, look, Jimmy was good, but he'd struggle against these two the way they're fighting at the moment, that's for
You
sure.
always put Cheetahs down, Stephen. You never gave him the credit he deserved. He was an absolute hero.
I know,
Never
he was...
stopped.
Oh, Stack!
Russian
with the right
right
hand. Beautiful punch from Stack. And Anderson telling Lanturis, don't hang on like that. Oh, a pushing punch from Stack, trying to smother double fister from Stack. And that Giles is telling Stack to go after him with that right hand, I'd say. I can't hear everything he's saying. Oh!
Take him off!
Both boys are obviously feeling the pressure of this there, I think.
Showing up Stack again. Every time Lanturis stops, Stack pins him with that big right hand. It's you just can't avoid it. And again, a slapping punch. See where Stack is on the move here. He's going for, he wants to finish Lanturis. That's the feeling I get. He's going after him with that big right hand and that left hook when occasionally gets a chance to throw that as well.
He's trying very hard to get the scoring punches in.
Oh, not just that. He's trying to knock Lanturis out, Robert. Don't you worry about that. He's going after him. He's trying to bang him up. Don't you worry about that. His corner have told him to chase him. Very worried, Ron Edwards over there in the corner.
Ron Russell, Steve.
Ron Russell. Ron Russell in the corner looking very worried.
Oh, he's iceberg cool, Ronnie Russell.
And worried. Oh! That was nearly a 10-8 round then.
That's a very controversial call, Steve. Ray Giles, looks like there's a slight cut under Stack's eye on top of his nostril.
Oh, Dave Hitchcock, he's really giving it to Stack because he expected that fight to end that round, I think.
Oh, he did. Look, he's really letting him have it.
He's upset, Dave Hitchcock.
Dave Hitchcock's a passionate supporter of his man, as we know.
No, and Stack has a bit of an argument going on here. No, Hitchcock's using psychology here on Stack. He's got to Stack yelling back at him, saying, it's mine, Robert. Matt Tryhee also, they're yelling at Stack. Getting Stack revved up. Getting him really revved up for this title. That's the good thing about that camp. They never get overconfident.
Oh, no.
Never get overconfident in a fight.
They know the opera ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah, she's been tuning up real good, but it ain't. You're right, Robert. It's not over till it's over. Oh, nice jab from Stack. Lanturis trying to keep him at bay. Gee whiz.
Keeps Stack at bay.
Well, Lanturis corner again have done a superb job on that eye to keep their man ticking over. Oh! Oh, nice right hand from Stack. Oh, he's been grappled. Anderson won't like that. Giles is getting upset too. And Lanturis is going to hang on throughout this whole round. He will hang on. He can't really win from here. What he will do, though, is hang on. Oh, nice slapping punch, Lanturis. Stack will chase him. And another right hand. He's trying to end him. Lanturis hanging on again. Stack can't get punching room. Oh, clubbing right hand on Lanturis. The face is bruised. Oh, pushed him into the corner. He's trying to hang on.
Stack doing everything.
Stack is throwing everything bar the Eiffel Tower at Lanturis at this point of the fight.
It's a Stack attack.
Yes, it is. Oh, he tried to measure that. He's going after a knockout, Stack. He wants to finish him. He may run out of time. I think he will run out of time. Mouthguard's out. Time on. Spilled again. Anderson sends Lanturis to the neutral corner.
Done a great job refereeing Chris Anderson tonight.
Done a great job. Gee whiz, he would have lost a couple of kilos pushing these blokes around.
It's been heavy work.
Gave him some bit of breathing space here. Oh, Stack missed and Lanturis landed a nice crisp punch. Stack goes after Lanturis. And a big clubbing right. By golly, would have put his head through the floor if he had hit him with that one. He's trying to finish him. He wants to try to get Lanturis to go with him. The bell will have to go. It wouldn't be
No,
much
I'd
time
love
left.
them to keep going forever. This is fantastic. This is what boxing's all about.
Oh, uppercut.
Unbelievable fight, this.
He's stroggy, Lanceris. I tip the bell and save him. And it did. Buddy, what are you doing? You joining us for a minute? It's 80 to 70. So it's a long time between fights and everything, but you're never going to lose it, mate. You're on top of him. You're on top of him most of the way.
In the ring, John Wheeler, 79-73. Ladies and gentlemen,
A couple of illegals too, I Gus, all right?
Yeah.
Everything under control? Everything all right?
Yeah.
Excellent. That's good. That was a tough fight.
you brought home the bacon. Congratulations, Rob.
This is what it's all about. Like, this is what I train hard for. This is Dave put his faith in me, Ray, Matty. They give me that much support at the Underworld. And I just want to give everyone a big round of applause. So thanks for the support. I couldn't do it unless you guys come. This is what it's all about. Thank you.
You want to take the mic and take a few people, Adrian? Look towards up there, yeah.
Well done, mate. It's all worth it, isn't it?
First of all, I just want to thank you for putting on the grand show and giving me the opportunity to fight for the title. This is what I've always wanted. And finally, I've got it, and I'm going to keep on getting it. I just want to thank a couple of my sponsors, my work, they keep me crazy all the guys that come and support.
Fantastic, Pete. Good amateur fights. Top. Johnny Walker from Port Melbourne. We gave him the best boxer.
Ray and Dave and Natty, my heart goes out to you guys. Steve and Boxer Johnny for all the great sparring. If I didn't have these guys around me, I couldn't do it.
We'd love it, give you a good excuse tonight. I saw you talking to him. Why did he fight tonight?
Thank you, everyone. And this grey water is for sale outside. You want to get onto it, this is what's making you win the titles. Thank you.
Well done. Adrian Sack, our new champ. We're going to have a 10-minute break and we'll be back with our main event. Good evening, Julian Holland, Commonwealth and Australian welterweight champion. luck. You've got plenty of time, Leanne. Good luck. You've got plenty of time.
Are you going to sing your bit first?
Yeah, good old Collingwood. Speedo.
It's been a little emotional because I thought Bob Rose would be here to present the cup. Nick and I went out to Bob's house about 3 weeks ago. We thought he was a fighting chance to be here. I'm sure he's here in spirit. The winner of this cup is going to be an inaugural event now, once per year, in honour of Bob Rose. He was a champion person, a champion footballer. Just like to thank a few people here tonight. Don Carrot at the Seville Hotel, Dr. Fernando and OMX, and all of the boys that have attended here. Thank you for the support in the show.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Ladies and gentlemen, representing boxing at today's memorial service at the Melbourne Town Hall was Mr. Brian Young. We heard a great story when Bob Rose came from a little town called Nile West near Swan Hill in Victoria to play with Collingwood. He made his VFL debut at the Punt Road Oval against Richmond. He walked from the Punt Road Oval to the West Melbourne Stadium after the football match, boxed 10 rounds and knocked out Mickey Walker. What a great feat, boxer, night, footballer by day. Bob Rose, 4 times Collingwood best and fairest, 152 games, 1953 premiership, member of the Hall of Fame AFL, Collingwood's team of the century, 11 fights, 9 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Bob Rose, may God rest your soul. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Team Promotions, would you be pleased, outstanding, as the lovely Leanne accords us the Australian National Anthem. Could I borrow for a moment, please, Leanne? I ask you to be please give us respect and absolute silence in respect of Leanne and the late Bob Rose.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, while we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is spread by sea. Our land about in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome the Sam Campbell, Chris Anderson, John Wheeler, the referee in charge of the Action World Championship, the man who handled the Jesse James Layer Costa Zoo Extravaganza, Malcolm Mulder, your ringside physician, Dr. Peter Lewis, your timekeeper of the bell, Damien Membry. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing, a non-title contest. Australia versus New Zealand, New Zealand versus Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime on the site where legends are made, the Collingwood City Hall, the Collingwood Stadium. It's the main event of the evening. Introducing first on my left, occupying the blue corner, originally from Wellington, Upper Hutt, New Zealand. They came to Australia at the age of 7. He is a Silver Glove medalist in 2002. Turned professional this year, now living in Dandenong. 2 professional fights, one draw, one controversial loss in Hobart, Tasmania. He tipped the scales last night at 67.70 kilograms. Known as the Maori Warrior, working out of the Oakley Youth Club with Ron Russell and Paul Layton. Wearing blue and white. Would you welcome Tim Midner? And across the ring on my right, already a big favourite at Melbourne City Hall. Now he plans to take over Collingwood and McHale Stadium. Fitness first, this is Gymnasium, where Richard Stubbs and Barry Stoneham work out. Ladies and gentlemen, nous, nobility and nonchalance. He is ranked by the WBO, number 6 in the world. Ranked by the World Boxing Association, number 5 in the world. He is the WBO Asia Pacific Junior Welterweight Champion. Wearing the blue with the white. 17 fights, 15 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. What's up, Doc? Doctor, give me the news. Here he is, the Terror, Nick Jackson. Malcolm Mullen.
Bout here, Dick Taurus again in absolutely superb physical condition. He's weighed in at 67.7 kilograms, and Tim Minnis from New Zealand, who's had a couple of fights, he's weighed in at 67.65.
A great amateur
champion.
career.
Yes, I'm going to say that, an amateur
25
champion.
fights, 20 wins.
20 wins out of 25 fights from New Zealand. Now resident in Australia. He's got Ron Russell in his corner, and he's ready to go. Howard Lee.
Right, okay, round 1.
And here we go for round 1 for this big bout here. Collingwood Town Hall, Bob Memorial Night here. The great Bob Rose, who died during the week. This is what it's all about. And we're fighting on Collingwood territory, Peter.
Definitely are. Taurus already wailing away at the body.
That's right. Taurus looks to be in fantastic condition for this big night here at Collingwood Town Hall.
Look at the look into Taurus's eyes, Stephen. He means business.
He always does, Sir Robert. He always does. He throws out a scratchy left there and just trying to find his range as Minnis goes back. Minnis is pretty quick. A very quick lad there.
Very flashy, top amateur career, as we said before. Now finding his feet in the pros. He should really be undefeated as a professional, Tim Minnis. He's had a fantastic amateur career.
Yep, no doubt about that. And Taurus working away at the body and then goes upstairs with a straight left. Working away again around the ribcage, and Minnis there trying to keep the defensive works going. Pushed into the neutral corner. Now, if Minnis would probably this first round want to stay away from Nick, he'd want to move around the ring and make Nick chase him, I'd say. That's what he should be trying to do.
His defence is very poor, Stephen. Taurus is getting through it at every occasion he chooses to do so. If you look at that, he's just not holding it up at all well.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. All crunching left
Oh,
hand.
beautiful move from Taurus. He opened him up and came straight through like a knife through butter.
He did,
With a
Peter,
straight
you're right.
left.
He certainly did, Peter. That's a good description there, because he did find a gap straight through, and that just shows you the reflexes of Taurus.
But also shows you just how good he is, Stephen. He sees a hole and he just goes right at it.
Well, that ranking he's got now at WBA level at 5, I mean, that puts him on the world map.
He's definitely on the world map. There's no doubt in the world about that.
Oh, does it ever, and does anyone deserve it? It's Nick Taurus.
He's been a fantastic student of the game and a fantastic ambassador for boxing.
Great ambassador for boxing here. Now,
And
Minnis,
my co-host at Channel 31 on a Tuesday night.
and he does a great job of that too. He's got media skills. And he pushes Minnis back towards that blue corner. Now, Minnis isn't moving as swiftly as what he was a little bit earlier, and he's now copping some punishment to the body.
He's got to move, or Nick will just destroy him.
Yep. He stands there. He's copping it in the ribcage, Robert.
Minnis just isn't defending himself.
Nice uppercut from Minnis then, though, mind you. He's trying to take it up to Nick here, Minnis. He's got him pinned on the ropes, but Taurus is so
He's not
strong.
pinned on the ropes.
Well, he's pinned there at the moment, but he'll
Taurus
box
is
his way out of
rolling in
this.
boxing. He's doing it beautifully.
He goaded Minnis in there. He goaded him in.
Oh, Taurus, a left-right-left combination there.
He's given Minnis a boxing lesson.
Minnis, this is where Minnis is probably being a little bit, not silly, but He doesn't need to get that close to Nick. He should be moving around jabbing.
Taurus is just too good, Nick.
Stay away from the power until later on in the fight if you have to mix
Russian
it. But
body
not early.
shots.
Is Minnis, he hasn't a bleeding from the nose, is he? Or is that just a red skin? I can't see. That's a powerful round.
A dominating round to Taurus.
No doubt about that. Taurus winning that round. A great effort. And Ron Russell there having a very stern word to Tim Minnis. Don't you worry about that, gentlemen. Nick Taurus is looking relaxed in his corner at the moment, whereas the other corner seems to be perturbed, Robert.
Well, Minnis has taken quite a few very solid punches in the opening round, and they will have taken their toll, Stephen.
He's breathing relatively smoothly. I mean, listening intently to Ron Russell. Yeah, Malcolm says get ready to go.
Get that stool out of there, he says.
Yeah, stand the man longer than he's having a fight with that stool at the moment.
Both to centre ring, both boys shaping up. Nick Taurus in his southpaw style, establishing with a nice jab. It's fantastic Tim Minnis taking this fight because he's really having a go by going into deep water, because when you fight someone the calibre of Taurus, you really test yourself.
Nor do you ever. He's just never known a man of that body weight to be so strong in the upper body to Taurus.
And he's a great kid, Tim Minnis. He's really done a great effort to get himself in this type of physical condition to be able to pick it up with Taurus.
Taurus working overtime on Minnis. The body punches are starting to wear. And nearly a collision there between Minnis and Malcolm Bullner. Slipped to get out of the way there.
He was working overtime on the belly, Stephen.
Oh, was he ever?
The red welts.
Yes.
Around the midriff of Minnis. Very obvious to the naked eye.
No doubt about that. Coming up all over the place near those welts.
It was just one punch after another, and they were solid punches.
Minnis has got to learn from this. He's got to step away, but he wants to mix it with Taurus. He wants to go punch for punch with Nick Taurus, Tim Minnis. Great experience for the kid, but gee whiz, you'd have to question the tactics, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's got a box, Tim Minnis. He can't sit in front of him. Tim Minnis is bruised all around the ribs.
Yeah, oh yes. Yeah, Rob just picked up on that a moment ago. Petey said he's got welts forming. A couple of nice uppercuts from Minnis though. But the Taurus just keeps boring in. He's like a locomotive to Taurus on the train tracks, and he goes in one direction, and that's forward.
He's a predator, and he just stalks his prey.
He does. And
Toe to
keeps
toe.
building away. Big left hand in the right on the mush.
That stunned Minnis.
That was on the mush, Rob.
It was. Right on the Vera.
Yes. I think it just missed the jaw. Caught him right in the lips. You'd be smarting.
He's had a fantastic record, Nick, the former PABA champion. He's been all around the world and fought. He's a fantastic guy to have around in the gymnasium, Nick Taurus.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so honest, a very popular fellow.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. Minnis still standing there and still coming forward with punches. Taurus keeps pounding away. It's a war of attrition now.
This is a fantastic fight. They're both going toe-to-toe.
And it's superb boxing we've seen here tonight. And this is a continuation
Both
of
boys are giving 110%. Unbelievable.
Oh, they are, Peter.
pouring it on in a war of attrition here at Collingwood Town Hall.
They are going hammer.
Oh, and there goes the bell. What a round of boxing. I'll tell you what, that was very close to being square.
How did you score it, Steve?
Well, I think Taurus gets home, but Minnis stood there, took punishment and delivered some nice punches too. Some good uppercuts.
You'd have to score that.
Oh, yeah, well, I am, Robert. I'm just saying it's a very close round to square. That's all I'm saying. Minnis stood up to that, but the boy is, what's he doing now? He's spitting something out, but breathing heavily. He's copped a fair number of body shots to the rib cage, the stomach, the upwards there, the solar plexus.
He's as tough as nails.
He
is very tough.
He got a barrage over him from Tatoris.
He didn't get a barrage. This kid knows how to fight. Does he ever? You're going to make it hard here for Nick. 8 rounds. This is round 3 coming up. Seconds out. Round 3. And you stand longer, need you have a lot of trouble with that stool in the Tatoris corner, helping the Tatoris camp to stand the man.
Gee, I've got to credit Tim Minnis. He's as tough as nails, and he's going to make a real good pro. There's no doubt in the world about that.
No doubt about it. How much time is Stan the man spending with Nick, Peter, in training? It looks like he's heavily involved.
Yeah, Stan gets down and puts Nick through a couple of times, but Nick's basically does it all himself. He's self-trained.
Oh, gee, it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. He's an unbelievable person.
Nick's got a cut to the left eye from Minnis. He's got an eye cut. It's to the side of the eye. It's not running into the eye. This guy's going to go toe-to-toe with him. This is phenomenal stuff here in Collingwood Town Hall. I can't believe what I'm saying. Tim Minnis is taking it up to Nick Tatoris here at the moment. We haven't seen a fusilage of punches like that for a while. There was about 60 punches exchanged. Oh, there's blood all over Minnis' arm from the Tatoris cut. It's not running into the eye, though. Nick should be all right. Lewis will have a look at it. There's no doubt about that. How did it come about? I don't know, gentlemen.
What was it? Punch,
Malcolm Bullner sending into the corner. He's called for him. Well, he has to have a look at it just to ask him the question. Got to go to the neutral corner, son.
Go on, son. Wipe it away.
He's going to the corner to get some treatment. He's allowed to wipe it away. Too late now, Peter. Peter Lewis was screaming at Malcolm Bullner. I don't know what he wanted to talk to him about. This bloke's going to punch it out with Nick Tatoris. Gee whiz, we've got a fight in our hands here.
My word.
Tatoris. Now, Minnis again fights back. The kid from New Zealand. Turning this into a very difficult fight.
It's a street rumble, that's what it is.
Oh, it is. It's a jungle warfare here. Jungle warfare.
Absolutely. They are going hammer and tongs, toe-to-toe.
Flying punches, both boys standing toe-to-toe. This bloke, he's withstood the barrage of the first 2 rounds. He's a strong fighter. Very strong boy from New Zealand who's taking the fight up to Nick Tatoris. And we know how good Nick is. He's ranked number 5 in the world WBA. He's got a heart bigger than the Melbourne MCG grandstand.
That's what you once said about Jim Cheetahs.
Yes. Minnis is standing there, Bullner's looking.
They are just trading blows.
Tatoris
Wow,
has an eye cut. The blood got wiped away and it hasn't reopened. Minnis hasn't worked it over.
Oh, he has now. Nice left.
Now, what a fantastic round's boxing.
Dr. Peter Lewis is going over to have a look at Tatoris.
He's talking, he wants to talk to Malcolm Bullner and find out what it was from. Definite head clash there. Head clash. Broke open the eye of Tatoris by Minnis.
Head clash, wasn't
A head clash, officially a head clash. Not a punch, a head clash. Now, I'm not too sure exactly the rule on this, but if for some instance or reason Tatoris was unable to continue, accidental head clash. Round 4 is about to start. And Tatoris still getting treatment. I'm not too, they'll probably go to the scorecard. Peter might be able to tell us the rule on that if they did stop it because of that cut, Peter, the
Was
scorecard.
it a head clash?
Yeah, accidental head clash.
After 4 rounds, it goes to the points.
Goes to the points after 4 rounds. That's the rule. Tim Minnis now, bouncing around. Looks to be pretty fit. Tatora stalks him again. Trying to see if he can work his way in now, but he knows Minnis also has plenty of power, punching power in those hands. Comes underneath Taurus. Swings wildly with the left. Minnis does a clubbing punch. And comes up with an uppercut to the jaw. Just missed though. Taurus drives the left, straight left, and misses. Trying to get in close and work away at the body to Taurus. This is a hard fight.
Minnis had his elbows up a bit high there.
Yeah, he has got him high to protect himself. Taurus isn't interested in that. He's trying to work away and get the leverage back. Taurus has got a bad eye cut. Minnis is hammering away. Taurus moving backwards. He's got blood everywhere. He's fighting like a warrior, Taurus. But Minnis has got uppercuts working. Blood all over the glove of Minnis. Extraordinary scenes here at Collingwood. Absolutely extraordinary. Bowler's going to split them up and send Taurus to the corner. I don't think he'll let him go on. I don't think Bowler or the doctor will let him go on. His face is a mask of blood.
Peter Maniatis is speaking to the referee.
Big discussions going on at ringside. Nick Taurus.
Peter Maniatis is very
Oh, well, he's fired up, Peter Maniatis. No doubt about that. Lewis is running around the ring. Nick Taurus. He won't back away from this. No siree. He wants to keep going. He's not worried about the blood or the cut.
He's going in harder than ever.
He's a warrior, Mr. Taurus. A complete warrior. Fighting a boy who may very well have been underrated. He's coming here to fight, Minnis. He's defending himself reasonably well. He's got a bit of class too, the kid. Got a big following here.
And the crowd are absolutely behind them. The crowd are electric.
Absolutely, you can cut the air with a knife.
Cut from Minnis.
Blood all over Minnis' trunks.
Lantiris goes on with more.
Oh, they'll have to work that eye over.
Maniatis in the corner there.
The promoter's in the ring. I mean, that's... but he does have a cornerman's certificate, so he's allowed in there.
It is licensed, that's right.
They need the adrenaline out, and...
Malcolm Bullner inspecting the cut.
Oh, and the crowd are being a little bit over aggressive over there at the moment. No need to get out of hand.
Looks like the fight's been stopped.
No, let's have, we haven't got an official decision yet. It seems to be over, but we've got no official decision.
We'll hear shortly.
What transpired there at the end of round 4?
Senior coming guy, the one more, has got all this quarter, and then it's on to the next level.
After 4 rounds, we go to the next level. Head clash, we go to the scorecards. After 4 completed rounds, we go to the scorecards. Dr. Peter Lewis,
He's got a kid up there. He's under the belt.
Dr. Lewis, please up, please.
Can't see him. Where is he?
Just up there, you see him up there. Just like
Dr. Lewis, what transpired in the
Why?
check count?
There was a cast brothers with right on it, and I wasn't involved in the decision to stop the fight. I believe that the fight was stopped by
I think you stopped the fight, Peter.
Excuse me, guys, I did not stop the fight. I've been going a long time. Weak side. It's a pattern. It's an accidental
I can't hear. I can't hear. You have to go and tell me. Come up and tell me, please. Come in the ring,
There's
please.
a gentleman over there who's still on the ring apron. This is illegal. Oh, using foul language towards the promoter is most unnecessary, and that gentleman should be removed from the stadium.
security are in attendance and they've asked him to come down.
And you begin to wonder if they would allow the situation to settle, we will go to the rule book and we'll go to the scorecards and it'll be all worked out.
We're still analysing the verdict. We're still analysing it.
Very controversial ending this evening, Stephen.
Yeah, no doubt about that, but we've been told there was an accidental head clash, 4 rounds, and I believe it goes to the scorecard.
Do we know how the fight was stopped? Was it stopped by the referee or
It wasn't stopped by the doctor, it must have then been stopped by the referee, it would have had to have been.
unless Lanturis side threw in the towel?
No, Minus or Lanturis. You said Lanturis for a minute.
I said Lanturis.
Yeah, yes. You said
Oh,
Lanturis.
sorry, Tatoris. I got my names mixed up.
I've never heard you do that before, Robert. We've got a situation here where it will go to the scorecards, it would appear, under the rules.
The promoter's not going to make a decision. The doctor's
Tension is quite considerable, you can see that.
Security, please come to the ringside.
Security.
We're still analysing it.
And the
Fans are
crowd
going mad. There's a big Minus support group here. Look, there's no doubt that Tim Minus has got extraordinary skills, the way he's fought here tonight.
A lot of people I don't think thought he'd quit himself as well as he did.
Well, not at all.
Please reserve the center ring. Dr. Peter Lewis, please reserve the center ring. Peter, can you come through the ranks, please? Peter, with that fight continue.
Referee Malcolm Bullner conferring with the Victorian Boxing Control Board member Scott Brown.
You asked him how he was. Have a look at his eye and you tell us if he can continue. That's what boxing is about. The rules to sports say once the fight has been stopped,
For whatever reasons it might be, the fight cannot be started again. So therefore, it is not in my power to start this fight again, nor is it in the power of any other official in the venue. Once the fight has been stopped, for whatever reason, right or wrong, the fight is then over, and there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do now is to stitch the cut so that he has a minimal scar, and that is my job.
We're looking up the boxing constitution. We're looking up the rules and regulations. The bout ceased at the end of round 4. Then the cut-eye rule, accidental headbutt, accidental head clash, all come into effect.
Well said by Howard Lee, the ring announcer, that the rule book is being looked at. No doubt we've gone 4 rounds. And the Victorian Boxing and Combat Sports Board are perusing the rule book to ensure the correct decision is made. No, well, this is a situation where we've had accidental head clash and we've gone 4 rounds.
Some of the people tried to block it.
Now they're having discussions amongst themselves.
Not us.
No, hang on a minute. We don't know that. No, the doctor didn't stop the fight. I didn't see the referee didn't stop it. The fight has seemed to come to an end in some shape or form because they hugged each other. Now, we don't know the position as we speak. It means the board could very well have stopped the fight. No, it doesn't mean that. It means the board, from their position, may very well have stopped the fight because of the eye cut. The blood dripping into the eye. They may not themselves have allowed it to go on. The doctor, they may have overruled the doctor.
Peter should never have got in the ring, Michael. You never get in the ring like that.
A little bit overworked up about it all. Now, you know, it happened in front of our very eyes. We saw the cut. We didn't know originally how it was called, but it's been caused by a headbutt. So we go to it would appear to me we go to the scorecards, but the rule book's got to be brought out to see if 4 rounds is enough for it to go to the scorecard, or if it's declared. Well, no, Robert, the rule book is brought out in this instance because of the accidental headbutt, 4 rounds fought, and the fact that the board themselves have stopped the fight. They may have stopped it. I think the decision they want to make is a no fight, a no contest. That's the one I believe they want to make. I don't know. I said that's what I believe or I think to be. It is my submission, so to speak. I think that's what's going through their minds. I'm only surmising, Robert. Peter Maniatis looks a lot more relaxed than he did 5 minutes ago. Now I stick my neck out and I'll stick it out again, and I believe the board are going to declare this a no contest and a no fight. A no decision fight, which means a rematch will be on the cards next time Maniatis Promotions puts it together.
Whatever happens, I think we can be assured of a rematch, yes.
Oh, no doubt about that, but that's what I believe. What we have to look at, Robert, is what's going to happen here tonight. And it could well be, under the rules, that the board have a discretion to call it a no contest, no fight.
Well, I have to exercise that discretion judicially.
They have to exercise it in accordance with their powers conferred upon them by the legislation and the Minister for Sport, Robert.
No, what you described once as the Victorian Boxing and Martial Arts legislation.
Now, Combat Sports Board legislation, Robert.
No, you had boxing and martial arts legislation is subject to funding.
No, but now it is the Combat Sports Board. Now let's wait and see what's taking place. Michael Vukovic is pointing to security to start, probably to get the crowd to disperse somewhat, I'm not sure. board members are now conferring with the promoter and with the ring announcer for the announcement of the official decision.
Well, the ring announcer can make part of the decision-making process.
No, I didn't say that, Robert. I said the ring announcer was there in conference with the parties.
I infer from the language that you adopted that was the case.
Oh, no, let the viewing public be misinformed here. The ring announcer has to be given the information so he can
Ladies and
relay it.
gentlemen, after much debate and going to the constitution of the Victorian Boxing and Combat Sports Board, the fight was ruled off after round 4 because of injury to Nick Tatoris. We go to the scorecards. Judge Andrew Campbell had 39-37. Chris Anderson and John Wheeler both had it 39-38. A 1-point margin, a unanimous points decision, red corner, Nick Tatoris.